What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. It is Tuesday, the 21st of June, 2022. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about Ethereum, as we do every day on the show. We've got some major news today with India, with South Korea, with celebrities losing more money on Bitcoin. I'm going to break down Bitcoin more for you guys today so that you guys can understand more about how I find my bias and how I make the decisions that I make when I'm trading Bitcoin. So stay tuned, stay with me. We're going to kick off the show now. Smash the likes, subscribe. I'm doing a giveaway at 2K subscribers, so make sure you're liking, subscribing to the content, because I come live for you guys every single day. It's your boy Trader NJ. Let's kick off the show. Let's kick off the show. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Let's have a look at some of these comments. We have some good comments already today. Let's see. We've got Elizabeth, Brown Hulk, TraderDaink, Lena, Derry, Joel, Aya. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I love shouting you guys out. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So you guys might know yesterday, if you guys watched the stream, that I mentioned we were at support. And I mentioned that last week's Monday's range was very important to me. And it was important to me because it constituted a range that I would be looking to take. All right. If we zoom into the range that I showed you guys here last stream, which was yesterday, we can see now that we're starting to follow the plan. All right, we're starting to follow the plan. Monday's range is looking like a possibility. Now, we are looking a little bit weak up top here. We are. It could be a swing fail of this high here, and I'll show you guys that right now. Hold on. It could be a swing fail of that high here. However, it's yet to be seen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give this some time. If we pull back, as I mentioned yesterday, if we pull back to this blue box here, and we do something like this, then I'll play it like that. So what I'll do is, if we pull back to the blue box, I'll play for a long up to Monday's low, last week Monday's low, and if it breaks above last week's Monday's low, I'm going to be looking at last week's Monday's mid. All right. TraderDaink says, "Yo, NJ, have you got any toilet paper? I'm a little stuck." Well, brother, it's allergy season, so I've got you right here. I don't know if this is enough for you. Oh, does this remind you of anything, mate? Does this remind you of a bad experience, perhaps? But anyway, TraderDank's bullying me today because I went on his stream earlier on and I had some fun with him. So he's going to be messing with me throughout the stream. So watch out for that. We've got a little troll in the stream. Cool. So I know a lot of you guys don't really understand how I draw my levels out and how I find my bias. A lot of you guys look at the chart and think, wow, that is very good chart, man. But I wanted to give you guys a small breakdown as to how I get to the conclusions that I get to. So look, do you know what I'll do? I'll do a special one for you guys. I will do a breakdown for you. All right. I'm going to do a breakdown for you. And we're going to start the breakdown with the yearly. Yeah, so let's get some comments going on in the chat because this is not something that I do all the time. We've got 24 people watching. Can we get a little like spike before Hey, TraderSZ's in the chat. We've got TraderSZ in the chat. Okie dokie, right. No pressure, no pressure. So look, a lot of the times, right, you'll be on Twitter and you will see a lot of people calling for targets. You'll see people making comments about where they think Bitcoin is going, what targets we're going to hit. So I'm going to show you guys now a little example of how I do it. God, we've got TraderSZ in the chat, man. TraderSZ says, when next stream? Gul shows me a heart, and TraderSZ says, would have jumped in today, free for an hour. Guys, what do you think? Should we get TraderSZ to join the stream? Trader1SC. Yo, do you want to join for a bit? Let's see. If he wants to join, we'll let him join and we'll do Bitcoin together, you know? Maybe he can watch me for a change. You never know. Let's have a look. we'll crack on in the meantime. But anyway, look. So how do I find the levels that I look for? How do I do it? This is how I do it. So number one, we have the yearly chart. This is the 12-month chart. All right. And we don't have much data to work with, so I'm going to go with what I have, all right? Whereas I have a high here. In fact, this might not even be the best chart, but we're going to use it anyway because it's a decent enough chart, all right? So I'm going to start plotting out some highs, all right? I'm going to plot out the 2017 high. I'm going to plot out the high that was made before it, January 2018. And I'm going to plot out January 2019. These are all the yearly highs that we've had in the last couple of months. Guys, do you know what? Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but TraderSZ is joining. Well, this has completely changed the course of my stream. But can we get a like spike? TraderSZ is going to be joining the stream. Fantastic. All right. Do you know what? Let's get it going. Screw it. Let's get SC on the stream. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. We've got TraderSZ joining the stream. We got 26 people here and we got 22 likes. You guys are amazing, man. Seriously, you guys are awesome. I love crypto YouTube. And I love crypto Twitter. We will... I'm going to leave this here for now. And we'll carry on. And once... Oh, there he is. Fuck it. There he is. Yo! I see.
Can you hear me, fam?
Yo, loud and clear, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I gotta meet you. What are you saying?
Bro, it is a good day. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday anymore. I've had some good sleep last night. I'm in a workout type of mood. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good, fam. I'm all good.
What are you saying, though? What's on the agenda for today? What's on the agenda? I see you pumping out crazy amounts of charts yesterday and the day before. You were up pretty early yesterday, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, the sleep and that, this, that, the other. But yeah, I was up early, trying to take naps here and there. But market is one of those things right now.
Yeah.
Just keeps man's up.
You know what? Do you know what? Yeah. Is it crazy of me to say that we might actually have some relief here?
No, I think we do. And I think, remember from the last stream we talked about ES.
Yes.
So ES is reclaiming back above, it's trying to grind back above. So as long as that holds, I think we've got the first initial pump on Bitcoin. As soon as Bitcoin can clear, I think if you can hold above. I mean, what's this? What's the 17th of June?
Do you want to share your screen, SC? That's all right.
Yeah. 1 sec.
Cheers for that, my bro.
Oh, you gotta enable the sharing.
Oh God, silly of me. Bear with me. So Saeed, make the host. How do I make this? There we go. Blood clot zoom.
Done.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you see my screen showing?
Yeah, definitely, man.
So if you remember from last stream, what day was the last stream?
It was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday last week, right?
What date was that?
It was the 15th. It was my birthday.
Oh, yes.
It was my birthday, yeah.
Yes. So we built on from that. It's hit our radar talks and reclaimed. So this 20K area is our previous all-time high. So the way it's looking to me is maybe something like this. And then here. So remember when I said we clear this up, simplify it down into smaller ranges. So this is one of those things where you don't know what you're doing. Just break it down into ranges.
Yeah.
So what we've got here is one here. As long as it's above that, you can take long. So in my stream yesterday, I took a long. And Monday yesterday, we took a long right at these lows here.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that.
So we're going to do the same again now. So okay, resistance now. But if you look, that's range high resistance. Why is that range high resistance? Well, you can see, support, resistance, resistance. If you're not on board here, either wait for it to come back towards range lows too long, or I think if it's going to be trend continuation, it does something like this. Even then, I'm not too sure because I want resistance to turn support. But as soon as resistance can turn support, boom, there's a trigger, there's the invalidation, or cut on a clean break below, and you've got your next objective, range highs, and just keep rinse, repeat that. So if it comes into here, starts finding resistance, break it down. As soon as it gets back above, where's the next range high? Yeah, I'd say towards here really then. I just keep playing it like that.
Amazing.
Level to level.
Amazing. You know what? I was looking at the yearly chart today. I was looking at the yearly, and there's not much data on it, but looking at the yearly, I mean, we've had such a freaking big move down. Do you think that the low of the year could potentially be in?
You gotta realize at the same time we've had a big move up as well, so it's relative, isn't it? The move down is relative to the move up. So on a 5-minute chart, that would look the same. So crypto being crypto, one thing you gotta accept is the volatility in crypto. So this is normal for crypto. Well, as we've seen, we can't just say 1000x move. This is not a normal move in any market, but market will drop twice as hard. So could we have a yearly? I'm not ruling it out. Or it's one of those where it could be, and it may not be. But again, I don't care, and I don't know. I mean, we could have a rally in towards here, something like this. That's the one you were showing, right?
Yes.
And that wouldn't be out of the question. And I'm going to show you an example of that. We could easily get something like this, and then break down, and then new lows. Even that, and a macro cycle, even if it came up to here, that would still be a lower high.
I just think that scenario. I literally just think that scenario that you've plotted out there has to be the best one that I've seen online so far. And the reason
where
for
I got
that,
it from? Yeah, no, you give me your reason. I'm gonna explain why I got that.
So it's just that scenario to me looks like the perfect reason. So it looks perfect because if you look at the way that we've drawn out the chart as well, it goes into 2023. So if we've got the 6-month close coming up in a couple of days, right? And it's a deep 6-month close. Now, if in the next 6 months we range sort of between where we are now and maybe 40 to 43k, something along those lines, and then we have the yearly open, and from the yearly open we push up a little bit, and then we shank all the way to the new lows. It just makes so much sense to me going into 2024 as well, for where we actually have some real FA. We don't really have any real FA for Bitcoin right now, so everything is kind of trading, is kind of following the stocks. You know what I mean?
So I mean, what I would say is, I mean, where did I get that from? Now, remember this. What I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you where it happened before. It actually has happened before. Similar. There's a consolidation, right? That would actually just be a retest of this last consolidation, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That would just be that. Now look back, and when it happened quick. So if it's going to happen, I think it's going to be a big blast up quick to really fuck everybody over. I mean, look at this. This is similar. This is a massive range area, right? Retested the last consolidation.
Oh wow, yes.
And then it came back down, even went up once more, and then the big drop. So everybody thought this was the low, okay? But they came down all the way back down, and then so something like this right now happening is not complete a question. And the way I got it, I mean, it's nearly the same pattern. It's nearly the same pattern.
It's nearly exactly. Flicking out, man. Look at that.
Yeah. But this was, yes, it may be smaller numbers, but at the time, those were big numbers at the time, those candles. So as the market, expanded above, 20k, 30k, well, those numbers are going to be big. So it's all relative, you see. $1,000 candles were, something back then, but now $1,000 candles kind of just a scalp.
Unbelievable.
But it's not as big. So it's the same thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It could happen. It could happen, and I think that would be max pain, and I would love that. I mean, I'll play this long, all day long. But remember, this is still massive SR level retest. Because we didn't get it before, and sometimes the market does this way, it's got consolidation, it drops, and you're looking for that retest, doesn't do it, drops once more, and then that's the level. Everybody gets short here, squeezes, and then boom, and then makes that new low. So I genuinely think we could get that. And Bitcoin being Bitcoin, this can do 5-10k in a day. So this is not out of the question. Now, if you reclaim back above here, okay, well, what does that put us towards? They put us towards here, and if that gets put, that's a deviation that confirmed for me. And if that's a deviation confirmed, let's get ready for this and possible new highs. It's got to be above here, about 45k here, and then I'll say, you know what, we're going to new highs most likely.
Amazing. I love to see it, man. Do you know what? The way that you do your charts, I could never. It's unbelievable, bro. Honestly. There's so many possibilities. You know, on the 6 month as well, that 43k level for me on the 6 month. Yeah. Because that 40k that you marked out in that it was just 6M, bro, 6M.
Oh, 6M.
Yeah. That 43k level that you mentioned, I think it's there. Hold on.
The lowest for
just bear with me 1 second. Let me have a look. It's that 6 month is there. I think it might be the top one. I think it might be the third candle backwards. And the open, is it the open or is it the close of the body? Open. Close of the body.
The close is 35k.
Where did I find that blood clot 43k, man? 1 sec.
This is 46,000. I mean, I don't think it maybe a quarterly. Let's have a quarterly.
It could be the 3 month. It could be the 3 month.
This would be a retest actually. If you look at it from this perspective, if this was a 5 minute chart and I want to get short, right? This is what I'll be looking for. A wick into there.
Yeah, man, that looks so good.
And then below here. However, if you reclaim back above here, that's a reclaim of a quarterly level. That's a huge. Then I think, you know what, get ready. Probably knock out these highs. If you're going to look at it from candlestick point of view. And that's how I usually play FX actually a lot. So that would actually be, if you close like this, that is.
Yeah.
But if nothing happened in the meantime. But yeah.
I mean, even for the 3 month, we've got like, what, 9 days? Is it 9 days? Is it 9 days? Yeah, we got 9 days.
Yeah,
9 days.
That much.
Yeah. Man, we have got some crazy comments in the chat, bro. What is going on here? I didn't expect this many people to join. Guys, can we get a little like spike? Let's have a look at some of these comments. Have you got any nice comments for our special guest today? We got damn legend joining the stream. Yes, a legend has joined the stream, says Steven Rodriguez. Khalid says aubergine. We got D Ibrahim here. Thank you for modding the chat, mate. TraderDaink, thank you for modding the chat. I appreciate that. Vortex says greetings from Venezuela. Who else? Farid says happy belated birthday. Thank you very much, Farid. Joshonomics in the chat. Big up, Josh. Thank you so much for joining the stream, my friend. Presto, Brandon, Sabari, what's the Indian scam? Well, I'll be going over that later on in the stream, mate, so stay tuned, maybe later on. Manuel says, SC, what's good, mate? Mortez says, SC, the king. A lot of people showing you love here, SC, bro. Let's get a like spike. 140 people watch it. Let's get a like spike.
Let's get nice to 100 and NJ to 100 likes. Fuck.
I love it, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Do you know what, man? What do you think is going on with ES, bro, man? Like, you know what, with ES, I can't. The problem with ES for me, right, is there's so much bearish fundamentals towards it that I can't even get.
One thing you gotta remember is the market can be bearish, but the volatility alone can take you out. I mean, this is whole bearish from the top here, but it can pull back and then do this. Now, the key thing is where we're at with ES. If it's gonna bounce, it's gonna be from here. This is where we pointed out 2021 low, if you remember, the last stream. So if that holds, so far it's holding. As long as this can hold and push up a bit, Bitcoin is like ES 3 times on steroids.
Yeah, 100%.
So if they push a bit, ES will really blast off, and that would, I think, even that ES is short covering happening right now, and just squeeze them out for a better short opportunity until global macro things change for the better. Until you don't have to think twice about how much fuel you put in the car or food on the table. There is no investing into fucking shit coins. I mean, energy prices got letter, utility bills saying fucking 40% to the energy bills. Yeah, and I'm okay. But what about people that were struggling before that?
100%, man. 100%.
So where would money be put into the market and rate hikes? You know, as long as rate hikes are happening, money's not coming into the market.
Agreed.
You don't think bigger picture. You and your altcoin are not gonna change the world.
No, 100%, bro. I mean, you couldn't have said it better than that. I mean, I was reading this thing yesterday about how once Bitcoin topped out, it slowly started correlating with ES, because ES was what strictly dragged the whole market down. Now, the thing is, I made a video on this a couple of weeks ago where I was talking about the possibility of a recession, and how, you know, when we had the COVID crash, you know, there was a lot of stimulus, you know, and having a lot of stimulus meant there was a lot of money coming in the market. And now we're seeing the complete opposite and reverse, where people can't even afford normal things day to day, as opposed to putting money in the market. So it just makes me wonder, how long is it going to take before people can actually afford to start even looking at something like Bitcoin? Or
I don't know. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
I agree.
I think, we haven't seen full collapses yet. I mean, Josh just said the housing market is turning quick.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's leveraged up. Look how many people are buying on mortgages, and that scheme where you mortgage one house, then you get another house, and they're on those low, um, what's it called? Low interest rates, right? Unless you get it fixed in, that's different. But if those raise and they're hiking now, the
People are gonna have
payments
to
you're gonna
sell.
get from the rent, firstly, people are not gonna be able to pay rent, right? And you're dependent on them to pay rent, to pay off that mortgage. And people are just break even right now. They just think, oh, I've got a house. You're not making fuck all on the house. It's a liability. Now that's at low interest rates. Now when interest rates rise, they're gonna have to default. They're gonna have to just get rid of them. Now if there's no one to buy, where's the price gonna crash? The housing property is gonna crash, right? And if you need the money, you will sell it at whatever price. I mean, if it comes to your livelihood, what are you gonna do? Everybody's levered right now. So many people got so many houses. It's like that 2008, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
Again,
but worse.
like
I think it's worse side.
now it's more money into the market.
Yeah.
Before compared to then.
Yeah, I
mean,
think
I
it's a
don't know
bigger
the
drop.
numbers, but I know it's a lot more.
I think
What
it's
do
a
you think's
bigger
gonna
drop.
happen?
Well, this is the thing, right? I mean, over here in the UK, it's gotten to a stage now where petrol going up has become the norm. Nobody's talking about markets. Everybody's in fear. I remember. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. So you know me for a good number of years now. You know that I used to work in IT before I did this full time, and when I was working in IT, I was getting a salary, right? So I was getting around £60,000 a year. Now
That's good. That's really good for UK.
yeah, it is. However, this is the catch, right? Because I thought it was really good too. It took me 10 years to get to that salary. I had to work really hard, reading a lot of books, etc., etc. But interestingly enough, 20 years ago, I think 25 even, when my uncle was doing the exact same job, he was getting the exact same salary. Now, in that 25 years, house prices, they went up. The price of milk went up. When I was in year 7, I used to take the bus for 20p, and now it costs what, £1.80 just for a bus ride, even if it's a stop.
I remember when I used to go on the buses, like 20p, bro. Those short stops, 20p. I used to pay.
20p. I remember that too.
Back in the
20p.
day, 20p, man.
Bro, you're
Now
not
the
gonna believe
minimum
this.
stuff is like £2 minimum.
Gee, you're not
So
gonna
that's
believe this. Like, I mean, this is like, I mean, not a lot of people are gonna understand this, but bro, chicken and chips. I remember, bro. Mum used to pick us up from school on Friday,
That's the real
right?
markup. That's the real markup of the economy.
That's the real bear market. That's the real bear market. Mum used to pick me up from school, bro. We used to go to Dixie, and I used to get 2-piece chicken and chips and a burger on the side, and Mum used to never have to pay more than £3 for that. Now, bro, oh my god, now you're looking at somewhere along the lines of £8-9. So this is the thing. This is all building up now. Like, a lot of people don't understand. People think that the market is doing what the market is doing because it's doing it right now. But this has been a build up, right? This has been a build up.
The market's doing it because of people's greed. I mean, if you're gonna be excited about getting all these loans out and buying all your buy-to-let properties and stuff, right? That's gonna have consequence on the economy because that's not a fair distribution of wealth. Money is going into something because of your greed, really. Think about it. It's not earned easily. I mean, think about it, how easy it is to get it. So if money's not earned easily, I mean, if money's earned easily or it goes easily, it's superficial. You know what I mean? So there's no effort put in there that, proper organic growth. That's not organic growth. This is fucking capitalism.
The problem
this is the consequence of capitalism.
The problem is, I don't know how we're going to get any bailouts. I don't know who or what entity on the planet could actually bail us out of.
But the thing is, the world's been used to bailouts, and then it comes to a point where even they can't bail you out anymore. You can't be bailed out anymore. Certain big institutions probably will. There will always be, but you are nothing. We are nothing compared to them. The more fuck you, you're gonna have to fail, and I think letting people fail is the best way to reset it. That's the only way.
Yeah.
People are getting all these furlough schemes and stuff. Where do you think that's coming from? They're gonna take it back now. They're taking the shit back now. Taxes and stuff like that. You can't just say I'm sitting on furlough, I'm doing nothing, and it's free money. It's not free money. It's gonna come out one way or another. Now people are realizing.
Yeah, big time. And the thing is as well with the market in the way that it is. I mean, you were saying earlier on that we're most likely going to go lower. I think we have to. I think that's the only way that we're going to get the bailout that we need. If we crash to a point where nobody can afford anything. And we have to use words like bankruptcy and insolvency. It's just the unfortunate situation that we're in. Now, I mean, I don't really have much tips in terms of how to survive this, but we're just going to have to do with what we can. I think countries.
Anyone does.
Yeah, I mean, countries. It's weird because countries like for instance, right, a couple of months ago, I've got friends in Lebanon, right, and the shit that they're going through in Lebanon, bro. If I was to explain that to you in detail, I couldn't believe it myself. There's no meat, there's no electricity, there's no such thing. Like my friend went for a haircut about a week or two ago, and he could afford the haircut, but there was no electricity in the shop to power any of the tools to give him the haircut, and that was because the whole area they only get a certain amount of hours of electricity a day. But now we're seeing a country like Lebanon, and we're seeing a country like the UK starting to fall now, and it makes me wonder, if we don't figure out what to do, how long will it be before a country like the UK starts facing crazy, unheard of scenarios like that? You know, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
we've been privileged. If you live in a Western country, you've been privileged, but now you're seeing the Western countries fall. It's a life cycle. They will fall now as well. The real other countries, they just do because they don't have the government support. I mean, how many countries during COVID had furlough? Nobody. But when those things get taken out, you don't think about it then. But when the real shit hits the fan, even they've got no choice, but they're gonna have to let you fail.
yeah,
And
man.
that's reality of life, and it's gonna hit the fan. This is why, spend within your means. You're spending on levered money.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you've grown up like that, you don't know difficulty. And when you start seeing difficulty for the first time, that's when you panic.
Literally.
The panic hasn't kicked in yet, in my opinion. And the government at this point, I mean, I don't think they can do much.
The thing is, right, when it comes to sort of Bitcoin and ES, I mean, Bitcoin in particular, I had a feeling that the 20k level would get smashed right through, because a lot of people had stops right underneath that 20k. But now that we've taken that 20k level out, it's getting me a bit confused now. I'm not sure if we're going to range between here and sort of 45 for the rest of the year, or if we could potentially go lower. So where would you go short, bro? If like you was to go short, where would you say, do you know what?
I mean, there's a few scenarios I'd be looking at. I mean, I really don't know where the top is, and I don't pretend to. It's easier that way. Let the market tell you. So for me personally, I'll be watching ES, and once the ES starts topping out, then so for example, say the easy scenario I can say is, well, this is established support now, so that's one good thing. Worst case scenario, if we don't get the bounce, then I know that okay, well that's resistance now, and we've got a small deviation now happening. Well, whatever it does, if it comes back and holds below here, well, that's no longer a deviation now.
Yeah.
That's my short, and I'll play it towards here next.
So really, it is that 16k level, right? Which I think works out as a monthly high. It's a yearly high, actually. I think, that 16k
And if you
level.
look at it from this perspective, I mean, initially, if you look at it, 20k wasn't the initial high. Actually, the initial high was here first.
Ah, yes. Yes.
If you look at that was a deviation then.
Oh, yes.
That's the real level. That's the real level.
Yes.
And that's why that was pivoted off as support. So if we get support becomes resistance, then that's your trend continuation. Obvious target here. Could it go here? I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out either. Maybe a swing failure of that. Bitcoin being Bitcoin, I wouldn't want it to happen, but that would be the next target.
I think that would be the end. If that happened, bro, that would...
No, I don't think it'd be the end. I think it'd be bought up quick. But just like here, we thought it was the end. And then the same thing again. If so, you probably get a bounce here. But if support becomes resistance, well, that's market telling you resistance. Well, that's the next level, then, isn't it?
Jeez,
and then we'll see. And that's just support. We've been there before, so why can't we go there again? I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I wouldn't want it to happen, but that will be it. Otherwise, I'm gonna let the market tell me when the top is in, and I'll keep playing, like I mentioned, level to level, until I'm wrong. Once I'm wrong, and the market starts showing lower highs and lower lows, then most likely the top is in. When ES starts breaking down, then you just go along with it and say, okay, the top is in. The top's obvious. For example, say when it was here, I didn't know how high it could squeeze. But once it did this, that's it. That told me the top was in.
Oh, man.
So why? Because we still haven't, until we get above here, I don't believe that at that point, and it holds at that point, say, okay, maybe we're above, because we're well above here. That's proven itself as a deviation. But until we get above here, I would say rallies are for shorting macro view. Yes, you can play longs, but macro view rallies would be for shorting until proven otherwise.
100%. 100%. I just find it crazy, man, because that thin, like the amount of bearish candles we've had over the last 3 months. I don't think Bitcoin's ever done it, bro. And the amount of thin moves that we've got on the daily, like the problem is usually when we've got thin moves like that where it's not been traded into, I'd say yeah, let's look for a long back up. At the same time, even with these thin moves, the market, we're getting more and more news that just prove that everything is bearish. Every week we get these numbers that come out.
And the easy way to think of it is, does market have a reason to bottom? Has the macro fundamentals changed? The moment the fundamentals change, fundamentals are what drives the market, is what causes a trend, what makes the market bottom out. So if the fundamentals haven't changed, then the market isn't changed. The market will bounce, but the overall direction remains one-sided until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
So the thesis is sell till wrong, sell rallies or breakdowns, and once the fundamentals change, once maybe they stop hiking rates, I would want to see some rate cuts. I would want to see some stop the quantitative tightening and stuff. And once everything's been reset, I think we need some blow-ups first. Blow-ups, are they suck on the society's, on society, really. I mean, all these bailouts and all this thing, that's public money that should have gone into the right places. They're going into the wrong places for people's greed. A lot of the quantitative easing money, they're going pumping in the market for people's greed.
Yeah,
and that's our greed as well. That's our greed. I mean, we're happy to see it, but really, you're taking part in that as well.
Yeah,
we're all taking part in that.
Yeah.
So we complain about quantitative easing, but this has helped us pump the market up.
Bro, do you know what?
It's a double-edged sword.
This is gonna be bad to say, yeah, and I know this is controversial, but I miss Trump, man. I miss Trump. Like, bro, I reckon if Trump was here, he would have found a way. Man. He would have pumped the shit out of this thing, bro. I swear.
But I think even before Trump, the market was in such a position where it was just a matter of time. Trump, no Trump, whoever was in power, he's not going to change it. There's only so much he can do.
Yeah.
The world is in the situation it is in, and there's not much one can do about it until we get the reset. Once we get the reset, resets are good for society. The only time we bottom out, out of depression is when we go through it, and then when we find solutions, like we can't do this again, or changes are made. Only when big changes are made can there be a change in everything else.
Do you reckon that 2008 was a reset? Because 2008 happened so quick. Like,
I mean, 2008, who's affected? People that were over-levered. If you lived a normal life, you're fine, really.
But for
this normal
one,
life within your means, you're fine because you were living at normal. The only people that are affected are people with like credit card loans and spending way beyond their means. Yes, if you've got a lot of money, okay, spend. But if you've hardly got any money and you're living paycheck to paycheck, whereas if you're earning and you're saving, well, you've got savings to weather you through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is why these Asians kill it. They don't give a fuck. These guys we're stingy that way.
Yeah, save like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, but for what? Because we're prepared. We're prepared for it. Think about it. But when we're living fucking credit cards and this, that, the other, and the paycheck comes in, night out spent. I can afford. COVID kicked in straight away. No money. What am I gonna do? I got fucking rent to pay.
Yeah, it's
luckily
mad.
In this country they said, well, government the landlords can't charge you for this many months and we'll give you this. If it wasn't for that and you're living in a third world country, you are fucked.
Yeah,
you haven't seen hardship.
I to be honest, bro, I really don't know how it's gonna unfold, because look, a lot of people aren't gonna be able to pay their, even I'm talking about the UK, right? A lot of people aren't gonna be able to pay for their shit, but the banks can't come for them because they've got nothing to give. There's going to be so many people that can't do it. I really don't know how the bank's gonna. I think the only people that can really take the hit here is the bank. I mean, the housing market going down is one thing, but we'd need to see like a good 20-30% correction in the housing market.
I can think of is maybe universal credit, and that would mean, well, you get universal credit, but you are limited to what you can do. Because say, for example, your livelihood is dependent on somebody else, or you're indebted to somebody. Well, you're gonna have to do whatever the fuck they say. It's either, if you want that money, you're gonna have to listen to them. So this is where universal credit comes in. So I mean, I don't think that, especially in like UK, I don't think that people let people starve. But it's okay, we'll give you universal credit, but we've got more control over you now. You'll just be able to have enough for food, this, that, the other. If you want the luxuries in life, well, okay, go earn yourself, go earn your own money then.
Yeah.
Our job here is not to give you luxury, but those that are readily, in a good position, where they can know how to spend their money, or they've done well in life. Well, they've got people who've done well. They've got freedom. Money buys you freedom, doesn't it? It does. Whoever says it's not about the money, it's not about the money till you got the money. That's complete bullshit.
Yeah,
When people say that.
honestly, bro,
I mean,
I have
Kobe
no
told you
idea.
that. Kobe told you that, didn't he? Yeah, let's see if it's not about the money. Those saying that's not about the money, where's the money coming from?
They print out of
Yeah.
thin air. You know what? I was saying it on a stream the other day as well. I was saying I don't think the dollar's going to be able to survive. I think one of the ways that they're going to get out of this in the Americas anyway is they're going to have to change up the dollar and turn it into a digital currency. But I reckon they're going to use the blockchain to do that.
But think about it. Isn't it digital already? Who carries cash around? Everybody's used card here. I pay for everything with my card. I can't remember the last time I carried cash. I mean, I've got cash in my where I'm at, and it's just there, but I've never spent it. Everybody uses cards, so if we already are digital, we're adding blockchain to it. Is that going to change anything?
No,
It's
what I
just
mean is,
numbers transferred anyway.
but
But,
exactly.
but that's what it is. But why do we need blockchain for that?
No, but
We can
what?
use the technology.
Go on, go on.
No, carry on, because I want to see what your point was.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is if they would, like, you know how like when cryptos when projects they launch new contracts with new tokenomics and stuff like that, I think that they'd have to do something similar along those lines where they kill off the dollar, which is a big thing. I know it's a very big thing I'm saying. I know it's like a lot of people would hear what I'm saying and think, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? But I really think that with the way that the dollar is going, it's not going to be worth anything at some stage.
Okay, yes, but it's better than what we got right now. It's the lesser evil. Say, you got no other alternative. I mean, you've got your tokens coming out of thin air. We talk about the dollar coming out of thin air. You got your tokens that are worthless coming out of thin air that we're holding. We're putting value to vaporware. Let's think about that for a second. We're putting value to our fucking shit coins with Jewel fuck all. At least even the dollar is going down at a lesser rate, but it's going down at that rate for a reason, because society they have to do it for society. You know,
Yeah.
you're still taking part of it. You still want your nice house. You still want your nice meals out. You still want this, that, the other
Yeah.
that you can't afford.
Yeah.
So where's that money coming from? The system has enabled you to get credit cards. Whereas if you didn't need credit cards, there would be no need for it. So you got to think of it like that. Plus, everything is dealt in the dollar. We're looking at Bitcoin price. We're looking at it in dollar terms. You know what I mean? So and to
You're
pay for
right.
everything, you need the dollar. So the dollar is here to stay. I don't think if the dollar goes, then everything goes. I mean, everything's transacted in the dollar. You know, maybe there's other currencies. This is why fiat's still safe. Because yes, it's not the idea. Well, it's you know, it's the value is going down, but the value is going down at a slower rate. I mean, look at how much your value, crypto value went down.
Yeah.
You got a shit coin that you put so much value behind, 99% now, from hundreds of millions to like $640. A certain fund had of a certain coin. That's inflated.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
But so what's safer then? The dollar or what? Cash is king, regardless of what you say. Cash is
Yeah,
king.
yeah. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and that seems to be the case. You know, it's funny as well, bro. I was reading this thing this morning, where I saw, historically, whenever Bitcoin crashes, it usually does an 80 to 85% crash correction, and it's funny. I just remembered that right now as we were talking. The high from 69k, if we was to have like an 80% correction or something like that, it would be like 12k, wouldn't it? It'll be around 12k ish. So if it's around 12k ish, then what scares me is obviously the deviation that you were talking about above that sort of 16k level. Maybe we have got a lot lower to go, bro. Maybe we have got a lot lower to go.
I think that usually this area is here. I always look at that area here. I personally think I'm looking around here for the low. Now, depending on how worse the situation is, ideally normal market condition, if I'm following my trade plan, that's where I'll be looking, the higher the close, the low. Now, if I wanted confirmation, if it did this and then did that, then that's confirmed to me. So I'd start here. But once that happened, once that deviation was in, and then that's it, I think we'll rise. I think some sort of change has to happen, and then we'll rise. And all I'm doing is playing towards there. And this range, I may be wrong, but I've accepted it. But as long as I know where I'm getting back in, ultimately, I think that'd probably be one more big bubble, and then at that point, I don't know, man, I don't know if it's not sustainable. I mean, you're making wealth out of nothing. That's not sustainable. Nobody here is working hard for their money. Who here is working hard for the money? We put $100 in, we expect 10,000 back. Where the fuck is the effort? You see, that's the thing. You're not putting effort in. Nobody's putting effort in here. Every one of us is guilty of that. We're not putting effort in. We just want our coin to go up, so we make 100 eggs, and we don't even cash out. We're so stupid. We don't even cash out. We want the money, we get the money, but we don't cash out. And we do the same thing again. But we tell the bankers, you're evil. The bankers are evil. The government's evil.
Because I didn't
Bitch,
sell.
because you didn't sell.
Because
They're
you-
evil because they didn't sell. But it's them guys are helping you inflate the market.
Oh my god,
They're doing
bro.
you a favor. But
Man,
because
you know
you
what?
didn't sell, it's their fault.
I'm feeling really, really embarrassed now. You know, all these altcoins that I went long on, bro. I'm feeling really, really shy right now.
The old shit. One advice I would say is no altcoins is be loyal to. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're probably the daddies.
Yeah, they'll always
but
be.
The others, no matter how good your fundamental coin is, get in, ride the cycle, get the fuck out, let it drop 99%, get back in, and that's it. Why are you still holding that same coin that's done 50 different cycles, giving you wealth, giving it back, taking it away, and you do nothing? Take your money, get out.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I totally agree. You know what, bro? I wanted to ask you one more thing. You know, do you remember in 2018, right, when it was people just weren't allowed to be bearish, and I remember in 2018, like it's on your chart right here, where we were getting those lower highs, literally where your mouse is. Yeah. Remember we were getting those lower highs right before the COVID, not the COVID, sorry, the drop to 3K. Those exactly those.
Yeah.
And you were calling for it. You were saying we continuously make lower highs on the macro.
Yeah. So
therefore, we're gonna have to break down.
Yeah, I went long here. I was actually long. Few understand this.
I remember. I was there. I was there.
I rode the short move, and then my target it's on my feed somewhere. Now where did I get that from? So if we equate this to this, it's a similar thing. This was different times of stuff, but this is where I actually played long. My target was here. It went a lot higher, but I was long here. I was long here, and this is where I really went long. Like this, is the confirmation.
I remember.
So once the range was established, and then the weeklies were closing bullish, and we wait for this, and boom, and I thought, yes, motherfucker went all the way back up. But yeah.
Do you think though? Do you think all those lower highs?
That's the confirmation of the low.
Oh, amazing, man.
Deviation, retest, holding above. Even if you get on board here, that's the confirmation of the low you're looking for now. It takes time, but once that happens, and then even that, if you compare it, so remember this chart. So these sort of setups, and remember this sort of formation. Once it starts holding, where does it squeeze up to? The consolidation that initiated the move, and then it comes back down. So it really, if you think about it, what is the real range? The real range is this, and the real range is this. These are deviations. That's a deviation. That's a deviation. That's the main trade and what's happening within here. And once we made a clearance, so this time around, it was holding, and that means new range is going to be established towards here. Now let's go back now to price. What is happening here? Let's identify, is there a real range? I believe the real range is here. Well, I want to look at this. See, it's not the same price, but for now, until we get more price action unfold, that is it. So if it's going to be a deviation, then if it does that, then that's the top end confirmed. However, if that deviation then starts holding and it's not no longer deviation, then that's the low end. Then we're going to press up there.
Oh,
so
my days.
So either this is going to be a deviation, you're going to be know when you're wrong, but if it starts doing that, boom, get ready. Towards there at least. Whether it's new highs or not, I don't know. Because we can keep doing this as long as the market wants range between here. And that is not out of the question either.
So this is what I was thinking. Right? Because I had two questions, and I was going to eventually ask you these anyway. So the first question I had was, right, is, you know, that consolidation that we had in the past in 2018, that consolidation, do you think we would need to see something like that in the future before we see any sort of, because the move that we had was so big, right? We went from what, 3K, 4K to 69K. That's a lot of thousands, right? Do you think that we would need to potentially see some sort of consolidation like that, as in like grinding and slow and boring before we see a move up? Or do you think that we could deviate?
I think what happens is a macro change to change it. I don't think Bitcoin will get to the silly amounts. Even if Bitcoin does get to like 500K, right? What does that mean for the world? For an asset to get to that price, that means there's inflation is going to be really high, or there's too much money in the world. At that point, your can of Coke will probably cost £1,000.
Yeah, totally.
For Bitcoin to get to that level, it's going to cost. The real value, I think, is in gold and silver, because that's limited. Well, so they say.
And it physically is.
Yeah.
It physically is. Yeah.
So by then, gold, if Bitcoin 500K, which is easy manipulated, then I think those are the real stuff that can be traded. Yeah. So for something to reach such high levels, like for example, a car back then, 10,000 was massive.
Yeah.
Now at 10,000,
Yeah.
now a 50,000 car is a normal car. But why? The value is not there. So Bitcoin reaching 500k. At the other side of it is that your money's not worth that much. Whereas Bitcoin worth 1,000 back here is probably worth more than Bitcoin say 10,000 because the value of money is not as much. See what I
Yep.
mean? You gotta look back at the thing you're measuring it against. What's the value of that? So these numbers, 500k, what does 500k mean really? I mean, it barely get you anything. You know, sometimes we used to look at Bitcoin, for example. Some paid group leaders used to charge in Bitcoin, right? 0.1 Bitcoin, and that was a lot. Now you got paid group leaders asking for like 0.51 Bitcoin because that value's changed. What we've seen it as.
Yeah,
So
it's unreal.
is it perceived as there's too much money in the world now? There wasn't much money in the world here, so that $1,000 was worth a lot more. That $10,000 probably, I don't know, silly comparison, but just you get the picture.
No, no, it's not at all. It's not at all.
But
It
we're
makes
holding
complete
on to
sense.
one value. We're holding on to one side of the equation. We're not measuring it to the other.
It just confuses me, bro, because the way that we made the top that we did, I mean, I could have never predicted 70k being the top for Bitcoin. It even looks like a big range, you know. So when we broke below the range, I thought it'd be a deviation. I didn't think we'd make new highs, but I thought it would be a deviation of maybe 30k or something, and then we get back above and then range. Because it doesn't look anywhere near the same as sort of 2017. You know, in 2017 we had that big long spike up, and I suppose we kind of had it in the beginning of 2021, but then we pushed up into a
It's
range.
something new. So it was the development of Bitcoin as well. So when it's at low, when it's not worth much, nobody's got money putting money in. It's small, small, small. But this phase is different. We got big money coming in. Now when big money comes in, it's more control. It's different then because we didn't have much. So those 1,000x, it comes to a point where okay, can't recap that much because all that money that would have come in is already in.
Yeah.
Or or it's starting to get more capped now. So I don't think. I think if it's gonna go up, I think maybe 100, 150k caps it. Even that's a stretch. I think okay, maybe this is it. Either range or maybe every now and again it pushes up. But if it does really push up, that means there's so much printing going on that even the value.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. We were having a deep conversation there, and sorry, bro. Zoom cut us. Let me invite. Sec. Sorry, guys. Usually I like to read all your comments and stuff like that, but having TraderSZ on today has just been absolutely phenomenal. You know, can we get a like spike? I mean, I can't pay attention to the chat and stuff as much as I usually do, but yeah, can we get a like spike, and can make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well, because I do come live every single day, and I come on live around the same time. I bring you all the latest crypto news. There we go. There he is. Yo, brother.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, man. It's stupid Zoom.
That's all good. That's all good, bro.
Yeah, it's bear market now. I don't see myself purchasing Zoom Pro.
That is a short-term thing, man. Otherwise, just take my go-to meeting. I've got that as well.
Oh yeah, that might have actually been a smart thing.
Yeah, I forgot. Next time I'll give the login for that.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. So you guys know now that TraderSZ there will be a next time. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Would you mind sharing your screen, bro, if that's all right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So I think we were sort of in the middle of talking about the range that we made at the top, and before Zoom rudely interrupted us.
Yeah, for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just play the range. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the easiest way. I mean, I think too much overthinking is bad as well. People, I think a lot of us overthink. Is it gonna do this? Who knows? If we knew, I mean, think about this. Does trying to figure out something that nobody will knows for sure give you any benefit? It's wasting mental real estate. Okay, whereas go with what you do know. have plans. If this happens, then that would tell me the low is in, and then wait for that. If it happens or not, it doesn't matter. And if it doesn't, you are then that puts you into the state of playing both sides of the market. Are you prepared for everything then?
Yeah.
I'm prepared for the worst case scenario, but it'd be easier when it happens. If it just happens all of a sudden now, oh shit, it's panicking. Well, now hang on a minute. If it crashes from here till here, we already expected that. Like when this drop happened, where was the level? This was the level. We would expected that. Okay, if it's gonna bounce, and that's it. You're more confident in your lungs then. Whereas if it just crash, you're not ready. I'm like shit. I mean, I did take the extreme low, but I closed my shorts though, and that's it. And then I said, okay, let the market come in. And then yesterday, I took a nice, lovely long. Profited off of it. Stops are break even, and I'm ready to load back in. So this point here is a real live example of me saying, okay, I don't know now. Even though I wanted to go here, I don't know. But if it is gonna go up, wait. Got my plan ready. If it does this and holds, we've broken out of the range high now, and then we'll play it. So I played it from there towards there. Still got small left, but if it is going to continue, it's going to go up. If it doesn't continue, well, I made money anyway.
Yeah.
I'm risk free. So
yeah,
where's the stress?
100%.
There's no stress.
100%. It's just the price action on the higher time frame. It looks so bad that range. I just don't know how we're going to eventually climb back into that range. Does that make sense? It looks so.
We'll climb back into it. When the market's ready, I mean, the same could have been said for here, for every place. One thing is, the market's going to do what the market's going to do. There's no need to stress, accept the will of the market. Do not fight the Fed. Firstly, nobody here fight the Fed. People trying to fight the Fed, you're never going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, companies were withdrawing money way months in advance while market was topping out. If you this is the fundamentals now. Unfortunately enough, no guys in this industry, we've got funds and stuff. And we were already positioned for this. That's why, when that's my ES cursor, marker, and this, that, the other, they're all getting ready for the top to be in.
Yeah.
And even if it's not the top, I mean, just from a TA perspective, how many times did you see me post this chart before it happened like this?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, if this come back below, first target's mid-range, second target's here. So we already prepared for it here. I mean, this is where I exited most of my longs here. At this point, it could have still gone up like this. I was prepared for that. But probability-wise, keep it in a range. It's range bound till it breaks down. And what did it do? It came all the way back down to range lows. So if it reclaims, then that's different. But because it's broken out of the range lows, we anticipate lower prices. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, as it stands right now, everyone's calling for. You'll see this in the markets anyway. Like when price was at 69K, you were the worst person in the world if you were talking about shorting, and now obviously price is at 20K, and you're the worst person in the world if you talk about longing. So people are now looking for lower prices when prices correct.
But this is part of the market. This is why you make money. I make money off people like that. I take their money. Yeah, it is true. Those people like that, I'm taking the money.
Yeah, I think that's what
taking the money you made on the
liquidity-
upside as well. You are my exit liquidity.
Yeah.
Everybody is everybody's exit liquidity.
Agreed.
And the way I say it is because I've decided to take a long. He was short. I took his money. I was playing it short. I took everybody's money. And then I said, you know what? I'm profit taking. You're shorting here. I'm going long. And I'm taking your money on the downside and the upside. You can't even call me Pierre Mabé now. Because I'm going long as well.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. The funny thing with the way you chart is when you chart bullish, the bullish feelings that I get on the inside, but then sort of a couple of setups later, you're shorting, and I get so bearish. It's unbelievable, bro. It's like you're dictating the emotions that people should feel, even though you're taking their money as well. It's mad.
But you're gonna do emotionless. I'm cold-hearted when it comes to this. I could not give a shit. All my priority is make money. I'll up or down, and that is it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna do Eth quickly, my bro, and then I'm gonna head off.
No worries, man. I appreciate you coming on the stream so much, fam.
But yeah, Eth is the same setup for Eth because I'm only doing it with somebody else. Somebody said, why do I think they'll range between 400 and 700? Part of that was shit posting. Part of that, there's a truth to it as well.
Okay.
So if you look at it, I mean, Eth was here. Eth is way below or previous all-time high. Now let's see, what is the real range for Eth? One is here. Okay, so see that there? Later on, it became apparently the base of the move. I mean, the top side, resistance, and then flips. See the way I showed with Bitcoin. Then after that, there's another one. I mean, there's a downside to it as well. And the downside range is actually here for Ethereum. And I would say there's one there. And then this is all I'm doing is breaking up into ranges. And then there. So, if we get smashed below here, probability-wise, so 400 to 700, I mean, I think 400, it's just this area here. I'm thinking, so if it's gonna come down, I'm thinking it's gonna be a higher low, This will be accumulation area, and then once it reclaims back, because we range between below a support level, and then once it reclaims, that's accumulation. And for example's sake, here this is the accumulation, but once you reclaim that, you trended. So I would say the same thing here now. And this time around with F, what you want to do is you want to look at the FBTC chart. I actually probably am more bullish F than Bitcoin based off of FBTC actually. This is F, everybody's shitting on it, but I'm going with what the market's telling me. The market will always tell you the truth. People don't tell you the truth. The market tells you the truth. And often those that are seen shit are the ones that do really well. How many times have you noticed that?
Yeah, more than often.
Yeah, so once it does that, I'm actually gonna get mega bullish. Now, what I want to see, the bottoming of this, F is easier to time the bottom with, because then I'm gonna go to the FBTC chart, and if I go to the FBTC chart, I'm gonna have to
in the middle.
You can see better than me. There we go. Yeah, here. So if we look at a macro view, really and truly, right? What do we have? This is one big accumulation. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the retest of accumulation happening before we pump up, isn't it?
Yeah, if it was a 5-minute chart.
If it was a 5-minute chart,
we'd be going mad. Yeah, we'd be going mad.
It's just happening on the higher time frame. The proof of it is here as well. Oh, it's over for F. Oh, motherfucker, boom. Same thing here. So this would be, and if you want your confirmation, okay, once it gets back above here, there's the accumulation. And then let's go at least towards here. That's the deviation towards range highs. It breaks and holds above. Well, that's a break of the main range. And then what we got? We got new highs then. I'm more bullish F really. If we can come down in, I don't know if he's gonna go all the way down, but I wouldn't mind starting to punt down here if FUSD comes in. So the exact scenario I'm waiting for. I'm not the type that leaves limit orders in, but I will be doing this though. So when he gets here, you'll know exactly what I'm doing. I'll be doing this. I'll wait. Hit that trend line, that last consolidation. TVA, I'm getting in because I know I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm catching a clean below here. Look at the risk to reward for new highs, really.
Unbelievable.
And then what I'll do is I'll say start one position, and then as soon as it confirms, I don't scale in on the way down. I scale in when on the way up, and I think that's a safer play. Yes, I'll pay higher up, but what does that mean? It gives me peace of mind, and I'm not losing. So once it does that, I maybe once it starts confirming more range, I'll scale in. But once it confirms, I'm going in massive, and then I'll ride that up. And I leverage it along it as well as spot. So,
amazing, bro. Your insights today have been unbelievable, bro. Like I can't. I'm sure everyone in the chat as well. Excuse me. I'm sure everybody in the chat as well is super grateful. Like what a surprise it was to have you on the show today, man. Really and truly. I didn't think that you'd be able to come back on so soon.
Anytime, my bro. But I've really got to head off now, okay?
Yeah, man. Look, thank you.
Next time we'll do another surprise one. You come on my show. I gotta bring you on my one as well.
Oh, bro, I would love that, man. I would love that.
And July, I'm gonna hit you up dates for July. I'm feeling lazy, so sometimes I can't be bothered bringing on a guest. And the past couple of weeks, I couldn't be bothered. But I'm bringing you one. July, I'm bringing you one.
Yeah, man, 100%, bro. I would love that, man. I would love that. I'd love to sit with you and talk markets and stuff, bro. I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and we'll see you soon. All right?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, khair, bro. Salam. Wow. Well, let me turn my camera back on. Oh my God. That was insane. That was insane. There you go. There's your hour of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. We have got a few things to talk about today, so I don't know if you guys want to stick around. Usually I do this show for about an hour, but if you guys want to stick around, we have got some like I'm still a bit flustered right now. That was amazing. That was amazing. Guys, really, if you enjoyed it, go on, look, smash up the likes, man. We've got like 200 people here. Like, let's get the likes up, you know? We got some amazing comments in the chat as well. Let me just message SC and say thank you. Thank you so much. Cool. So, awesome. We got some amazing comments going on here as well. Yeah, I mean, TraderDaink says my brain just melted. Now, you guys, I don't know if you guys know much about TraderDaink, but he's going to be coming on soon as well. I'm gonna look to set some dates with him as well. And Dank, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you free? Do you want to go through this news with me? Let me see what Dank's doing. What do you mean whenever you're ready? I'm ready now, bruv. Should we get TraderDaink on the show? Should we get TraderDaink on the show? Let's get a little like spike and get TraderDaink on the show. Yo, Dank, you just sent me a voice note, bro. Obviously, I can't listen to the voice note while I'm on stream.
Well, fam, let's do it, man. This is fucking lit. Let's see it than me. Let's do it, fam. In 1 second, I just did that. I need to download fucking Zoom in it.
All right, TraderDaink is gonna download Zoom and then he's gonna join the stream. So in the meantime, I'll tell you what. This is one really messy stream, man. Really messy stream today. So we're gonna have to skip the news today. I'm gonna have to change up this. I'm gonna have to change up the stream and maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it. I mean, ideally, we should be able to do it. We'll go through it. We'll go through it together, and we'll see what Dank says and stuff like that. Whew! What a stream! How are you guys feeling? Let me know in the chat. How are you guys feeling? We got some good comments in here. So many positive comments. I can't read out all of these comments. Do we have any comments in here? We got some regulars in here, and I love my regulars, but we got so many people here commenting today. I mean, yeah, so many comments. Jeez Louise, all I can say is thank you for joining. All I can say is thank you for joining. Everyone was going along with the chat that I was having with SC, but you know, let me know what you guys think in the chat. You know, let me know what you guys think in the chat in terms of how you found the stream, you know, how you think it's going, etc, etc. And you know, if you guys have any sort of if you guys have any feedback for me in terms of how I can make the stream better for you guys, that's my job. You know, I want to make the stream as good as I can for you guys, you know, and that's why I come live every day, you know. So let's see, we got some comments here. Will it be up for viewing on your channel, says Wadi. Yes. So as soon as the stream ends, it will be uploaded on the channel. The way to do it is tricky. The way to do it, I'll show you guys how to do it, because sometimes when I do my live streams, it doesn't appear straight away. So how you do it is you do it like this. So in here for the tech. So here's the channel. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel, because I do come live for you guys every day. And what you do is, if you go to videos, and if you over here where it says uploads, if you click on this and you click on past live streams, then it will show you the stream for today, because it will take some time to appear for tomorrow. So hopefully you guys can find that then. Sam Hone says, hell of a show. Asgard, Crypto Potato, some good comments from you guys. These are my regulars. I love you guys. Powers of 4, thank you for tuning in. Faisal says, phenomenal streams as always, Aki. Thank you so much, mate. I truly appreciate that. I do. For those of you who don't know, I will be doing a excuse me, I will be doing a giveaway at 2k subscribers. So we're at 1.86 right now. So if you guys subscribe to the channel, I'll be doing a giveaway for you guys. Everyone will be included. There'll be some pretty cool stuff. I'm partnering up with Prime XBT for it as well. Cerberus says, is it just ending? No, it's not ending. You missed the section where we did TA with TraderSZ, but obviously if you want, you can rewind to the beginning of the stream. If not, I'm going to bring TraderDaink on now for some views on some of the news that we have going on in the market today. But I am going to bring TraderDaink on in a couple of days time, if I can, or just as soon as possible really, to give his views on the market, to give us a breakdown on Bitcoin and Ethereum and so forth. Maybe if you guys have any alt requests, maybe when I tweet out to say I'll be going live with TraderDaink, you guys can put in some alt requests, and maybe we could look at that together as well. So let me just see, where is TraderDaink? Yo fam, where are you? Oh, to be fair, it's only been 3 minutes. Let's give him some. Dean says, during this bear run, I've learned more than the previous times. Yourself, EXO, SC are amazing. Yeah, definitely, Dean. Thank you for the kind comments, mate. Don't forget to include Dank in that too. He's pretty much my other half in the space. Joel says, had to jump off, going to watch back now. Thanks for what you do. Yeah, man. Totally. So here says, just the worst case scenario, which is more likely case for Bitcoin in the next 10 years? Replaced, banned, or ignored? Look, I don't think Bitcoin can do any of those things. I think Bitcoin, for me personally, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I believe in Bitcoin, and I believe that Bitcoin will have another cycle. You know, at the end of the day, it goes down to how people feel, really, and in terms of sentiments and emotions and stuff like that. But for me personally, I think Bitcoin will have another cycle. I mean, if you guys go on my channel, I did a short the other day. I think it was yesterday. I did a short to explain what I think of Bitcoin, because I get so many questions asking me, do I think Bitcoin is in an absolute bear market, and do I think it's going to be over for Bitcoin, etc., etc. But reality is, I don't think so. And do you know what? TraderDaink is here now. Let me make him the host. How's it going, Dank, bro? Can you hear me, Dank? Dank? I don't think Dank realizes he's here.
Yo.
Yo, how's it going? Bro, don't watch me on YouTube. Don't
What's
watch
going
me.
on, brother?
No, don't watch me on YouTube. Watch me on Zoom. Oh my god.
I can't hear you on the computer, man. Can you hear me though?
Alright, one second. Let me explain to Dank.
Yo, can you hear me, bro?
Mute me on. Sorry guys, just a little bit of technical difficulties. Yeah, we can hear you, dude. We can hear you.
Yo, what's going on, brother?
How is it going, TraderDaink?
Bruv, I'm chilling, man. What you saying though?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Thank you so much for joining the show. I can't appreciate it more than I already do.
I appreciate you having me here. Do you mind if I smoke a cigarette?
Yeah, I do, dude. I do. I'm sure everybody in the chat minds as well, so.
Well, fuck them, innit? 1 second. Give a cigarette. 1 second.
All right, grab some cigs and let's talk. Let's talk. So guys, look, listen, let me know in the chat, how do you guys want to play this out? Should we do a little Q&A with TraderDaink, or would you guys like to actually let me run through the news? I'll wait for a couple of comments to come in, and I'll see what everybody's saying, and then I'll I'll go with that. How do I remove this bar? Like, oh, there we go.
I'm down for you to do the news, innit? But like, I gotta say something though. SC was on fire today.
Man, he is so good.
That guy is a fucking G, man. When I listen to that guy, I always shut the fuck up, man.
He's so good, man. He's so good. I get goosebumps every single freaking time. We're getting a bit of mixed responses here. I'm gonna need you guys to like really comment in the chat. Comment in the chat and let me know what you guys would prefer, a Q&A or the news. I mean, we've got someone here saying go through the news a bit. We've got somebody says let's just run through some thoughts on the market, etc.
Why don't we do both?
Well, no, if we run through the news, bro, it's gonna cost another half an hour to 40 minutes sort of thing. If we do a Q&A, it's gonna be around the same time. So we pick one, right? We could pick one. Unless you guys want me to do both. I could potentially do both. I'm not doing
at the time.
Yeah. All right, both is an option. Both is an option. Would you guys like to run through the news?
Smashed up the likes, lads, man. Come on. What's going on outside, man?
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's run through the news. TraderDaink, your voice is gonna just be here for a bit, and then okie dokie. All right, guys, welcome back to the NJ Show's news channel. Here we go. All right, so number one, the first thing we have on the agenda today, and we have Dank's commentary in the background. Dank, would you like to say something real quick?
What are you saying, my nigga?
Oh God, TraderDaink. TraderDaink.
Yo, what you saying,
all right, so the first thing we have on today is India's biggest crypto scam is bigger than expected. Could affect 1 lakh people. I think lakh means a million. I'm not 100% sure, but it could affect 1 lakh people. Now, this is the thing with India, right? This is the thing. Now, I've been covering India a little bit on this channel. India have a big sort of stake in crypto. They do a lot in crypto. Almost as big as, I would say, China potentially, you know. So when you see countries like South Korea, China, India, Russia, you know that these countries are the countries to pay attention to, because what they say and do, they do affect the market. Now, with India, there was a coin that was invented called Gain Bitcoin. It was a cryptocurrency, as you can see here, that went through India, and now it looks like it's unfortunately rugged. So a total of 40 FRIs were registered by victims, more than 13 in Maharashtra, right? Maharashtra. And a large number of people from other states may have also lost their hard-earned savings from the Gain Bitcoin scam. Now, this is the thing with the Gain Bitcoin scam. I mean, up to 1 trillion rupees. This is not a joke, and this is more bearish news. So, you know, for you guys who joined in earlier at the beginning of the stream, and we saw SC talk about markets, we saw both bullish and bearish scenarios, and this is one of those things, right, where on some days you're going to get a some days you're going to get a lot of bullish news. On other days you're going to get bearish news, and this is one of those days where we're seeing a lot more bearish news than bullish, you know. It's kind of interesting that all of this is coming out now as well, with Bitcoin starting to show some sort of a pullback. You know, I mean, Daink, what do you think, bro? I mean, you were doing your stream earlier on today. You were talking about Bitcoin potentially going up, and
I agree with SC. I think SC covered it all up, to be honest. I think because do you remember back last year, back in May last year, when the bear market happened? I did that chart on the the quarterly range, and I was talking about how we're going to make new highs, which was 69k, come down to mid-range, and then he actually was choppy around the 40k region, come back down to 28k, and then was looking for a spring. And I think the spring is happening now, kind of thing. So you know, how SC talked about the range bound environment as well back in the last run. It's actually a tighter range and everything else was a deviation. I think we're in the same thing right now. So I would like to see 28k to reclaim. But this 1 trillion rupees, man, bro, I just had a look at it. That's what? Freaking 12 million? No, it's more than 12 million. Yeah, man, it's 12. No, it's not. It's 12,000. No, how do I say that? Is it 12 billion? $12 billion worth of freaking money, that is, you know.
See, that would make more sense. So look, I mean, you get bearish news like this, and it could be a signal of what's to come. I mean, we were talking with SC. I mean, Daink, you were there the whole time, so it's kind of like you were there, you know.
Yeah.
With all these sort of bigger sort of parts of crypto falling off, you know, a lot of money needs to leave the market, right? A lot of money needs to leave the market.
Do you know what it is? This is bad to say it, but I like when people actually get fucked over by the market, though, because it's the only way you learn. We got fucked over, and that's how we learn. That's where we are right now. How people are feeling right now, that's us 2018.
Yep, 100%. We were in that same place in 2018, and in 2018 we had a lot of this type of news coming out as well, whereby, you know,
and also, have you noticed about ETF? When ETF launches, that's the bearish thing about it as well.
Yeah. So in 2017, it's funny that you mentioned that, because in 2018 we had the ETF for Bitcoin, and that was what signaled the top. And now in 2021
we had bullish back then, didn't it?
Yeah, we thought it was bullish. We thought it was big news. I mean, think about for those of you who don't know what an ETF is, right? You've got some players, for example, all of us here in the chat right now, when we play with, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000, whatever we play with. But when you're talking about ETFs, you're talking about one contract being equated to 25 BTC. You know what I mean? So... Yeah. When you're thinking of it from that point, an ETF is bullish, because imagine somebody comes in and takes, I don't know, 20 contracts, 30 contracts, and they're leveraging it to the upside. Now, obviously, now we've seen what these guys do. You know, they wait for the ETF to launch, and then they short Bitcoin with all these contracts. But funnily enough, the same thing sort of happened in the 2021 top. The 2021 top was at the beginning of, I think it was the futures contract that expired. We got the new contract that launched, and everybody just went short. So, you know, it's kind of the same thing. So look, with India bearish. Unfortunately, a lot of people have lost a lot of money once again, and this is the kind of news we can expect to see, you know, going forward into the bear market. However, that said, it's something that you guys need to be on top of. You guys need to be aware of all these things, because, you know, when we get towards the end of the bear market, when we get to that crucial point where we get towards the end of the bear market, a lot of these type of articles that you're seeing, a lot of these decisions that you're seeing in the crypto space, they're going to reverse. And when they reverse, you're not going to be told that they're reversing. It's not going to be mainstream media. You're going to need to be tuning into shows like this, or shows like Danks, or shows like SCs, to really get an idea of what the market is doing. Now, I say this on every single show that I do. And although today we have two very, very special guests, it does not change what I'm going to say. A majority of the money is made on the exit of a bear market and not in the bull market. A bull market is when you exit your longs, all right? The time to buy is when there is max fear and max greed, and max uncertainty. Sorry, the time to sell is max greed. So it's one of those situations right now where more news like this will come out, and it will strike fear in you. You know, people don't want you to be buying right now. The market is going down. And if you're putting any charts out that's anything other than bearish, you're going to be an enemy of CT or CY or whatever, wherever the communities are in crypto. So this is one of those things where it's a very unfortunate piece of news. It's on the level of Luna and Celsius and 3AC. It's on the same level, so it's something that needed to be covered. That's why it's in the headline. So that's what the situation is with India. So look, Dank, unfortunately, India has lost $12 billion. What do you think, bro? Are you gonna be sending any money to India to help them out, or?
Bro, what did India do for me?
This guy is like the Floyd Mayweather of crypto. I swear to God, I'm the best. What did India do for me? Nah, seriously, what did India do? Well, fuck India. That's what.
But legit though, you know one thing that pissed me off. I don't know if it pissed you off too as well, but I get called like, am I Indian in it? But do I look Indian? Just because I'm brown doesn't mean I'm Indian. Like, I went to Mexico in it, and these Americans thought I was Indian, and I was getting more and more pissed off. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Indians, in it, but like, call me the right species, in it.
Species? You mean you mean race?
Race, yeah.
All right. Let's do this. All right, let's do this, guys. Let me know in the chat right now. Does TraderDaink look Indian? Let me know in the chat. I want to see what you guys think.
No. But how about this, right? Who looks more Indian, me or TraderNJ?
Okay, all right. Who looks more Indian, TraderNJ or TraderDaink?
I swear to God.
Oh my God, we're getting Pakistani.
My God.
Oh my God.
You already get good Indian. El bitch. Oh man, you El bitch.
Hey, come on, dude. Come on.
Sorry, dude. But I'm getting called Indian again. Bro, I'm 100% Indian.
Oh man, we've got a lot. It's kind of even. It's kind of even.
Both of you sheikhs. I'll take sheikh.
I'll take sheikh. All right, Art Deep. Well done. A big shout out to Art Deep 1, who has put. Joel says Turkish.
I'll take Turkish.
Turkish. Merhaba, everyone. Merhaba. It's good to have you all on the stream. Nasılsın?
Art Deep, I hope you win that that prize, that thingy that NJ has when he hits 2,000 subscribers.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding us, TraderDaink. I am going to be doing a giveaway at 2K subscribers. I've mentioned it once or twice on the stream, but this is a very long stream.
What is it you're giving out, if you don't mind me asking?
Money, dude. It's bear market. That's what everybody wants. Money.
Bro, you actually giving money out. Have you got any money? I've got none.
A bit, dude. I've been trading in it. I've been trading.
Bro, when I win a trade in it, I don't say anything about it. So
no, I've been talking to Prime as well. I'm going to be doing a little partnership with Prime to do a nice giveaway for the community, just to give back.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate that. Just to give back to people, you know, everybody here has supported us. Everybody here has helped us.
Lena is a freaking G.
Yeah.
Mauritius. That's where we're from.
Yeah, Lena is a gorgeous girl. She's a gorgeous girl. I love Lena.
You know what?
Yeah, she's Liz's best friend, bro.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, but she's married, so hands off, hands off.
Bro,
We'll move on. We'll move on to the next piece of news. That's India covered. So for those of you who know about the India situation, should I say, please be careful. At the moment, we're in a market right now where money is exiting consistently. So just be on your toes. Be on your toes. Don't be looking to invest so strongly. And you know, ultimately, we're in a situation right now where you know, because Bitcoin and Ethereum have tanked so hard, you've got to ask yourself, really, are altcoins really the best way to make money right now when Bitcoin and Ethereum are at such low prices? You know, typically what tends to happen in the market is Bitcoin and Ethereum moon like crazy. Bitcoin was at 4K, now it's at sort of 40, 50K, and people are asking to themselves, you know, where is the next Bitcoin? What is the next Bitcoin? And that's typically how people get introduced to altcoins. You know,
that's the thing that people need to understand, and Jane, like Bitcoin is always going to be king, and I think that's what people lack. You know, and that's where euphoria comes into place. People forget about what Bitcoin is and what it represents, because when Bitcoin is tanking, but everything will tank the shit out of it as well. So
yeah,
whether you have ADA, Matic, or whatever, you know, all them shit coins, they're all shit anyway. Like even BNB, I'm a big fan of BNB, but the king that dictates everything is going to be Bitcoin. Quick one as well. Do you know what? Like I saw what's the name? SC didn't cover this bit. Do you know, like, so Bitcoin, when he retested the yearly open back in like the 26th of March, 27th of March area as well. You know, Ethereum never retested that yearly open yet.
All right. Do you know what? Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Write a message to me on Telegram with that so that we have a reminder. I'm gonna cover the rest of the news here, and then we'll do a little Q&A because we have some people in the chat that's asking for it. So moving on, Logan Paul reveals how many millions he lost. So the other day we spoke about Logan Paul losing money, and one of the things that we spoke about was people thought he was broke. I mean, I thought he was broke too. The way that people were going on is he was broke. Now, this was one of those things where, you know, Logan Paul is worth, what, $45 million? That's not a small...
I swear he's worth more than that, because he did a deal with Prime with KSI. KSI saved his fucking career, you know.
Dude, honestly, I think he's worth around 45. I think he's worth 45. I think this
brother
article...
his brother's worth 60 million, you know.
60 mil, so 100...
Yeah.
Dude, we're not worth anything. We're not. We need to up our game, man. What the fuck? You know, like what the hell? Like I got a big dick in my mouth right now listening to that. But listen, so Logan Paul, you know, it turns out after reading this that he's actually lost $1.2 million, which is nowhere near as bad as he made out to be. So it kind of gives me the impression that he was going for the views and stuff like that, you know, and one of the reasons I wanted to cover this today, this doesn't really affect cryptocurrency, but at the same time, it bothered me because the way that he said that he went broke is as though, you know, crypto was a scam and stuff. And if you're following this channel, you will know I'll never call crypto a scam. I know that we have an unregulated market, and I know that we have a market which doesn't really sort of... it doesn't bode well for a lot of people who don't know security measures and safety, but at the same time, I'll never say crypto is a scam. Crypto is decentralized finance. It's right now as it stands, it's more centralized than it is decentralized, but the vision for crypto is the same, right? I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I know TraderDaink over there in the corner, he's bullish on Bitcoin in the longer term. We're going to get more thoughts about what TraderDaink thinks on Bitcoin and Ethereum towards the latter part of the episode. So make sure you stay in tune. Make sure you stay tuned, smash the likes and subscribe to the channel. You know, we're going to check out TraderDank's YouTube channel later on as well in the show. But that's pretty much Logan Paul. He didn't lose as much as a lot of people lost in the space. He lost 1.2 million. But yeah, it is 45 million, Dank. It is 45 million. That's his net worth as of 2022. This is the line here. So, will these losses affect Paul's financial status? $1.2 million is a lot of money, but for Paul, it might just be a minor blow to his $45 million net worth as of 2022. Just like his career, the Maverick has also diversified in his financial ventures. So, you know, ultimately, I've got nothing against Paul. If you're watching this, if you ever do watch this, I've got nothing against you, mate, but I don't really care, unfortunately.
I think you pick him out if you ever go to a boxing match.
Maybe. I think I'd need like a good 6 to 9 months of training to give it a shot. But yeah, I mean, I don't really care. That's that one piece of news that we've covered, and it's gone. Now, do you know what? Yeah, listen, check this out, bro. Check this out. Have you seen those riots that have been going on for NFTs? NFT, not for me.
Yeah, NFTs like God's thingy, like no, it's the Satan's playground or some shit like that, isn't it?
Right, let's watch it together. Let's watch it together, right? Let's watch it together. Right. I'm going to put it on full screen. Let's watch it together. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this thing going around at the moment where people are protesting against crypto. I mean, crypto, the bear market has affected so many people that it's now gotten to this. So I'm going to play this for you guys real quick and let me know what you guys think in the live chat.
Hey, NFT! Not for me!
NFT! Fuck yourself!
NFT! Not for me! NFT!
Not for me!
NFT! Not for me! NFT! Not for me!
All right. So, my thoughts on this. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. NFT, not for me. Dank, tell me what you think, bro. Tell me what you think.
I think like all these guys put a lot of money into NFTs, and they got bent over quite badly. Yeah, man, and the fucking hating on the world as well. That's the problem with all these guys, man. Like freaking, they think like crypto is a quick buck. And then because like they don't make any peace. You're saying that, I'm saying that. I saw a fucking YouTube short the other day, like literally about 2-3 days ago, and this guy, I forgot, he's a famous YouTuber or whatever. He got into the mint process, right? And the title was that he lost $34,300 in NFTs. That's how the title starts. And I was like, yo, you know what? This is kind of interesting. I like that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of evil like that. And he minted and I don't know which NFT it was, doesn't really matter, it's all bullshit anyway. He minted an NFT and he sold it for $700. The next day, right, he went for $35,000. And I think that's what it is. A lot of people just don't know which hype it is, because everyone wants to see what's the next Bored Ape is, what the next Doodle is, or what the next fucking CryptoPunk is, isn't it? But it's a luck of a trade. It really is a luck of a trade. I'm not denying that NFT's got something going on, but I think it's full of shit though.
Yeah, 100%. Now the thing is, we have got some comments coming on in the chat right here to say it's a prank and they're paid and it was to do with the Adam Bomb Squad, but ultimately, I mean, Farid, wow, you seem really passionate about this. I mean, look at the live chat. Farid says it's a prank, full stop. They're prayed, full stop. You can see one Adam Bomb Squad sign. Yes, we can. And obviously the sign, I can also see another sign that says God hates NFTs. So that was, even if it was a prank, I think that was pretty stupid. I mean, look, ultimately all of us here in crypto, we want to push crypto for the better. We want to talk positive things about crypto. We don't want to be negative on crypto. The bear market, why have I started this channel in the bear market? I've started this channel in the bear market because I want you guys to see that crypto is not it's not over. It's not over. Rafe says, are you both Pakistanis? No, we're not both Pakistanis. I'm Arab and Dank is half Indian, half Pakistani, with a hint of Sri Lankan, with just a small smidgen of Sri Lankan. So we'll move on. Next piece of news that we've got, this is quite major. Bancor pauses impermanent loss protection, citing hostile market conditions. Now, listen to this. So, take care, Elizabeth. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yep, look after yourself. Thank you. Make sure you smash a like on your way out. So Bancor causes impermanent loss. Now, this is the thing, right? You've got a token or a project. In this case, we're going to talk about Bancor, right? And people, they want to put money into the liquidity pool, all right? Now, when you're putting money into the liquidity pool, for every time that token is traded, you get a small payout, all right? A very small payout. And a lot of the times, you're not going to want to invest your money into a liquidity pool because it's not safe. So, for instance, let's take a meme token as an example, right? A meme token that has no sort of real strength in the market. Like it's driven by a bunch of individuals who have no real market and finance experience. But they say, look, I'd like you to invest in my liquidity pool. Now, if that token rugs, you've lost all your money. So what Bancor did was they have something called an ILP, which is you put money in this liquidity pool, no matter what happens, you're not going to lose it, you're safe. And now, today, we discover that that protocol has now isn't no longer in effect. So again, it's more horribly bearish news. So we've got Celsius, we've got 3AC, we've got Luna, we've got India now, we've got celebrities losing all their money, and now we've got something along the lines of this. So again, if you're holding any Bancor tokens, be careful. Bancor is an OG token in the space. They were there from years ago, and at the same time, you know, Solana is a very respectable token, and even their network has gone down a couple of times, which has caused price to depreciate in the fashion that it has, along with the market conditions. So I would say watch out for Bancor. Now, they have commented to say the temporary measure to pause IL protection should give the protocol some room to breathe and recover. So what they're saying is they want their token to go back up in price, and while we wait for the markets to stabilize, we're working to get protection reactivated as soon as possible. Now, for me, I mean, you can take this in any way that you want, but for me personally, this is a difficult place for you to be in. I think this is not bullish for the token at all. I think what they're saying is that they're assuming that the market will recover no matter what. And that is where I have a problem with it. You know, what if we nuke to 10K right now? What if we get to crazy FUD and we nuke to 10K right now? What happens then? What happens to the people? Exactly. TraderDaink says it himself. Imagine you've got liquidity in one of those pools and you lose all your money, but now we're going to bring back the protection for the IL protocol. How is that going to get people their money back? It's not going to be able. You're not going to get their money back. They've lost their money.
It's like Luna though. Doesn't that guy Do Kwon Do, or whatever his name is? He owes like a bunch of P's though to like all his investors. Dude,
I'm seeing so much on Do Kwon where he cashed out at the top. So with Do Kwon, I know that the story isn't really over with Luna yet. I mean, we're going to try and bring you more on this show where we talk about the events that happen in the future as well. But with Do Kwon, I don't think the story is quite over yet. I think there's more that's going to happen with Luna, and we'll make sure we cover it on this channel for you guys, so you guys are up to date, so that you guys don't long Luna ever, you know. So that's pretty much BNC. That's pretty much the biggest sort of update I have on Bancor. But moving along, South Korea puts cryptocurrency company Terraform Labs staff on a no-fly list. So you guys bought it up just at the right time. Well, it was TraderDaink who did. And we were talking about Luna just now. And here we go. We have Luna news for you right here and then. So it turns out that people in South Korea are essentially so pissed off that they're not really allowed to fly with the South Korean airlines. Luna is in a terrible position right now. They are, if I had to pick the one token that would sort of be the equivalent of BitConnect in 2022, it would definitely have to be Luna. Wouldn't you agree, Dank?
100%. BitConnect was a freaking story. Do you remember that story? That guy, I should have left my money in the bank.
Oh my god, that was crazy. That was crazy.
I'm surprised you haven't got like snippets of it that you plug it into your.
Do you know what it is, dude? So many people lost money with Luna that it's all fun. It's all fun. I appreciate like the story itself has a lot of sort of there's a lot of comedy to be made out of it, but at the same time, you know, I've been there, you've been there, a lot of people have been there. It's one of those situations where you can't help but just start feeling bad. You know, I mean, I'm all for telling people, yep, you've got to learn your lesson, you've got to push forward, etc., etc. But at the same time, bro, so much money. This guy Do Kwon, he's fucked everyone, bro, and he's taken all the money for himself, like at least a huge portion of it.
Did he really cash out at the top?
Dude, I'm seeing reports that he actually, a month before the currency depegged, because look, you got to think about it, right? He's not stupid. Right? Him and his team, they built Luna for what it is, and Luna rose in the bull market, and to talk against Luna was blasphemy almost, bro. It was a taboo. If you was to talk against Luna, you know?
That's the thing. If you look at the lunar chart, the original lunar chart, right? It made a new all-time high in the bear market, and I actually thought that this would like it was Luna who's actually going to lead the race instead of Ethereum, which is dumb of me to do that as well because Ethereum is always going to be the prince of crypto.
Yeah. And Asgard is saying here in the chat, he says they saying he cashed out 80 million every month from a long time ago. Yeah, he got something around 2.6 billion, bro.
Freaking hell.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, he fucked everyone over. So look, we're not bullish on Luna. I mean, irrespective. Oh, what's that? Irrespective of all the news that you see that I push out on this channel here for Luna, I don't see them recovering. They've screwed their community over, and the community is kind of where the money is made. Your community is what leads you. You know, whether you're opening a business, a company, or anything of that sort, if you screw your community over, that's kind of where you're going to get left. Moving on, we'll talk about this now. Iran is now cutting electricity to licensed crypto miners. So if you're mining Bitcoin and Ethereum well, you don't need to mine Ethereum anymore now. Ethereum is proof of stake. But if you're mining Bitcoin in Iran, you're in a bit of trouble. And once again, more bearish news. Now, electricity is something in the market that a lot of people don't talk about. And electricity is one of those things where we're in a bear market, but not just a crypto bear market. We're in a bear market, but globally. And when I say globally, I'm talking about things that are going to affect you in your day-to-day. And one of those things is petrol. One of those things is food. One of those things is dang, the Zoom is about to cut out, so I'm going to invite you back in just a cut. If it does cut out, I'll send you a link on Telegram.
No worries, man. No worries.
And one of those things is obviously, you know, you've got things like oil, you've got things like anything that's being manufactured is going to go up in price, public transport. And another one of those things is electricity. Electricity is one of those things that are being affected. Now, I don't think that Iran is cutting the power supply for miners because of Bitcoin. I think that they're cutting electricity to miners because of the amount of consumption it takes. Now, a lot of countries won't admit this, but they themselves have their own mining factories because it does pay to mine. If you mine Bitcoin at lower prices and you pay for a little bit extra at the time, you can then sell your Bitcoin in a bull market for a lot more profit. And, you know, when you do that, the country itself, money pumps back into the country, right? So I think that with the current climate that Bitcoin is in, with the crash that we have at the moment, cutting electricity is not something that's unheard of. It's happening a lot in the Middle East. Obviously, it's not going to happen in a country like Dubai or Qatar or Kuwait or anything like that. But the countries that have sort of less money flowing in and out, like Iran, like Lebanon, like Syria, like Yemen, Libya, those kind of countries are countries that you need to watch out for. These countries, you know, a lot of the times they go through these sort of crucial cataclysmic events which hurt them and their people, and a lot of people are blindsided to it. You know, a lot of people don't pay attention to it, and I can see why. When you're living in the West, I can totally understand why you wouldn't pay attention to it. However, what a lot of people don't realize is these are signs. They're signs that the same sort of things can start happening in your country, where you live, where your family live. And, you know, we've been doing this show now for around 3-4 weeks, and that's where we've been building up to, you know, that's where we've been building up to, whereby we're starting to now see real life things being affected for us because of what the market is doing, you know. So something to keep in mind for that. Now I'm going to ignore this, and I'll ignore this, and I'll bring this up. This is the last piece of news I'll talk about today before we let TraderDaink share his screen and talk about Bitcoin for a bit. Big players like FTX should step in and help crypto recover. Now, when I saw this, I thought to myself, well, yes, I agree with it. But you've got to ask yourself first, out of the 100 people that are watching right now, would you guys ever give money? Would you guys donate? You know, I've seen Barcelona Football Club doing the same thing. So if you guys watch football, for instance, Barcelona are going through a crisis at the moment with their financials. And you know, one of the things that they did was they were looking for community and fan help to donate to Barcelona to help them get back to their glory days where their finances were in check. Now, with this, obviously Sam being the founder of FTX, and he has got a lot of money, yes. What a lot of people don't realize is Sam has actually already bailed out a lot of crypto projects. So I know that in the chat earlier on today, I saw in the chat there were some people talking about the FTX bailouts, and you know, a lot of people were wondering, why didn't Sam bail out Celsius? Why didn't Sam bail out Luna? Well, ultimately, you know, why should he? It says it right here. It was the Fed that drove this crash, and ultimately it was the demise of the S&P that really caused the crypto markets to really crash. You know, I was talking about this with SC earlier on today. You can rewind earlier on in the stream to find that, where we were talking about how, you know, once the S&P broke down, it was Bitcoin couldn't really put up a fight, you know. Along with that, there was so much money coming into the market when the S&P was rising. There was so much money coming into the market when Bitcoin was rising. A lot of people were getting stimulus checks. A lot of people were getting all sorts, and it's just one of those situations where you know, it's not solely up to Sam, and it's not solely up to CZ or any big sort of influential character in the space, or whale, should I say, to sort of fix this. I don't think this can be fixed like that, you know. If you compare the market, the global markets, and the amount of money that moves into the global markets each day, and you compare it to the crypto market, you will see a huge difference. Now, the whales in the crypto space, they can't take on the whales of the traditional space. There's no fucking chance, you know. And I'm sorry I said the F word there, but it had to be said. There is no fucking chance in hell that the whales of the crypto space could ever take on the likes of the Fed or the traditional market. They control the real money. When we're looking at Bitcoin, when we're looking at Ethereum, we're looking at we're comparing it to the USD itself, you know. So that's me. That's my last sort of piece of news that I'll wrap up today. Before I push over to TraderDaink, I will say one thing real quick. So if you go over to YouTube and you look at Innit for the Tech, we are at 1.87 subscribers, and you know, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. We've got 130-ish subscribers to get to the point where I'll be doing a giveaway for you guys. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel and that you hit the bell icon, because I come live for you guys pretty much almost every day, you know. So if you want your daily dose of TA and news, make sure that you're looking into that. Another channel I'd like to push you guys to is TraderDaink. So TraderDaink recently started his channel. He's done around sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 3, 18 videos. He's done 18 videos for you guys to look back at. He does daily trades where he goes into Bitcoin. So I'll click on one of these right now and I'll have a look. I'll put it on mute. So on his channel, he goes through Bitcoin. He goes through Ethereum. He goes through different types of... let me remove my video there. He goes through different types of price action and different types of setups and how you can play the market. So make sure that you guys are tuning in to TraderDank's channel. So for those of you who want to see one more time, if you type in TraderDaink in the search engine, his channel will come up pretty much straight away. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and help him push to 1,000 subs. All right. We've got some pretty good comments coming in. TraderDaink, I'm going to hand over the control over to you. If you'd like to share your screen and maybe bring up a chart, I need to go take a leak, if that's all right. So I'll be right back. But if you could take over and make sure you guys spam the comments with some love for TraderDaink, who has taken time out of his day to stream for us. Dank, you know what I'll do actually? Let me send you another meeting invite.
All right, cool.
Yeah, let me do that. That way, once you come on, we can. Cool. So there we go. I'm gonna bring TraderDaink back on very, very quickly. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. What am I doing? There we go. So participants, invite. Copy the invite link. Sorry for the delay, guys. Sorry for the delay. I need to go take a piss. There we go. So I'll wait for TraderDaink to join the channel, and then I'll put him as the host, and we've got 166 likes, guys. Can we get a little like spike? Can we try and maybe get to 200 likes? That'd be really good. That'll be really good. There's TraderDaink.
Yes, fine.
Welcome back to the show, TraderDaink. Thank you so much for joining. So if you want to do your thing for a minute or two, I'm just going to head away, and I'll be right back. But spam the comments, guys. Let TraderDaink show TraderDaink some love. I know you guys can do it. Stop being lazy, and smash some likes up as well.
I've sent a request in it, so just gotta accept my.
No. You're
share.
the host. You're the host. Your screen is
Am I the
shared.
host?
Yep, your screen is shared. And
Sweet.
if you want, you can actually well, no, you can't. Well, no, you can't. I was going to say you could put your little sort of head in the corner, but you can't. It's cool. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with TraderDaink for the next 2 minutes as I go to take a leak.
What's going on, champs, man? Hope you guys doing well. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's been a pleasure watching it, and it's been a freaking episode and a half, to be honest. So we had like TraderSZ on, and here I am as well, man. Great to see you as well. Yeah, man, we've got a lot of people here, over 100 people here. Come on, smash on the likes as well if you haven't hit the likes. So let's get cracking onto this. I've done the day trade itself. That's on my episode, which NJ kindly actually showed you guys how to get there. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a macro view itself. What I do want to take, I'll take you onto this as well. So what it was about a year ago itself, when the bear market started, you could clearly see this is where the bear market was. I drew a plan. So this is the range that I was drawing. And similar to what SE was talking about, how we had this range over here. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to highlight this there. That really was the range over here that we were playing. And obviously you can see all this was just deviations. A lot was deviations until we actually broke it above. So similar to from over this here, we've now got up here. And when I drew it originally, what I said that we're going to make an AR, which was like the automatic rally, and that's what made 69k, come back down, that was 32k. We were choppy around here, retested the ST secondary test, retested the yearly open, and broke down to 28k. And then I was saying that this can happen with a spring or without a spring. Originally I did believe that this was happening right here. You can see this test phase over here, let me just get the brush. This test phase over here was happening over here, right? So we didn't really have a spring, but in actual fact, I was wrong there. And here we are. We're actually right at the bottom of the spring. And the question is, do we reclaim the 28k? And is this a valid hold, right? This is basically a Wyckoff reaccumulation. Now, some people can actually argue with me and say, hang on a second, like reaccumulation of what? Why would there be a reaccumulation? But if you look at it this way, right? If this was the first accumulation right here, if this here was the first accumulation, it's very possible that this is a reaccumulation for us to go higher. And if we do that, that's freaking crazy. But we gotta play level to level, right? Macro wise, it's dangerous at the same time. I mean, you gotta pay attention to the whole idea of what's going on with the market, man. The economy looks shit. Freaking really terrible, to be honest as well. But what can we do? We're gonna play it as it is. Now my question is on this area here. Let's have a look. This area here, we've now, let me just delete this up. We won't need this. That's Monday's range. So you can see here on daily. Do we come back up here? Range bound in this area, reclaim, go up higher. Essentially test the 28k minimum targets, I'd say, to this low over here, which is at 20, let's call it 27k, go to 28.1k. If we come down here, what happens next? Do we break down and show bearish market structure? This will be your exit strategy right here, playing it a lot more lower, back to 20k, and we play it level to level. And then if that's the case, if that happens like that, what it is, it's just of the macro range that we've got. Look here. All it is, this is a deviation of the range, if that happens, and then because we're going to go a lot more lower. Ideally, if we start holding up, I know SC drew a trend line. I'll do it here just for the sake of it. He drew a trend line about here, and he's looking for a retest, a reclaim over here, playing it back to this area. You see this block over here? This was the last high I'm gonna zoom into it. That's the last high that sent the market down. We haven't retested that at all. And at the same time, we've got like a range bound environment on the weekly, which is about this low here to that high over here. And yeah, the high over here. And that's a range bound environment, which actually comes back into the mid range. So like for those that you follow my channel, I always say to you that there's 4 points of range bound environments. There's 4 things that runs. There's consolidation, breakout, retest, and expansion. Okay, so this, right?
Dude, that is freaking amazing. That's actually really amazing. Like I don't think you realize how amazing that is. So you know, you literally, so if we let me put my camera back on right here.
Yeah.
if we so with SC, he drew this trend line here, right? He drew this trend line here, but then now you've taken that range. You found a range on the weekly and it falls right in line with the mid range. Now, the only question I have, bro, if you zoom out just a bit for me, if you don't mind, the only question that I have, bro, is if we if we get above, so at the bottom of your chart, right there where your mouse is, right there, just a bit higher, right, level above. That's the one. No, one more above.
That level?
That one there. If we get above, are we not going back into that range that sent us to the highs?
Yeah, it's very possible because there's 2 set of things you got to play. So this is more like this area here that I've highlighted where I'm drawing itself. That's more of a quick play itself. But the macro wise pictures, if I remove all this nonsense here, what could potentially happen is that literally we now step into another game. So if we reclaim this, right, this is another range itself, break out of this range, hold it, that'll be target 1 and that'll be target 2 because we're playing from level to level. So if we reclaim this, we'll go back to mid range, and all it is just like over here we have a deviation, we've got another deviation. Why can't this be another deviation?
Guys, I really hope you guys are paying attention to this. This is some crazy freaking alpha. Like I mean, you're not gonna find this type of alpha on like the other shows that you are. I'm not fudding any other shows that are on in the crypto space. I mean, I love shows like Crypto Banter and stuff like that, but you're not gonna get this type of alpha. You know, we've got TraderSZ and TraderDaink on today, and look how that range. SC said 10 things, and then we've got TraderDaink who's come in and taken those 10 things and dissected them one at a time. So make sure you guys are taking screenshots and stuff, because these are trades that will potentially play out. We've covered pretty much all the scenarios from bullish to bearish, you know, and one of these scenarios will play out. It just depends on how price unfolds over the next couple of days, over the next couple of hours even. So make sure you guys are paying attention. If you guys want to take a little screenshot, I can pause my video there. You can take a screenshot there just so you can sort of see. We've got some really nice comments in here as well. David goes on to say, "You bros are golden for us. Love Dank, true mentor." And we've got some really nice comments in here today. We've got some really nice comments.
And, dude, do you know how nice it is when people actually share love? Because Twitter is freaking toxic. Me and you were chatting about this plenty of time, how shit it is.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, it is. But luckily, the people that we have here on YouTube, you guys, a quick shout out to people. Just a quick shout out to you guys. You guys really make it worth it. It's not always easy going live and sort of keeping your emotions in check and being as articulate as you can be. But when we see comments from you guys saying all the nice things that you guys say, it inspires us to go live the next day as well, you know. So
you hit the hammer on the nail, because to be honest, right, we do this for you guys, isn't it? And the fact that when you guys come in and you view us live, you hit the like button, you share, you retweet it on Twitter, you put good comments and stuff like that, and you ask questions, and there's no bullshit with you guys. And that's why we want to come back on over and over again.
100%. I couldn't agree more. And TraderDaink, you know, let them know when we do start exiting the bear market, how many altcoins are we going to be covering and how much information are we going to be throwing? Honestly, these guys don't realize that we're streaming once a day right now, right? Yeah. They have no idea that when the market does start giving us bullish price action and when we start going for new highs, how many altcoins that we're going to be throwing at them. There's going to be so many altcoins that you guys won't be able to keep up, you know? So
Yeah, these guys are for a treat as well. Because let's just say, if this scenario happens here, this right here, even if that's like a 10x or a 20x on your alt itself, like we're gonna smash out the alt itself. I know because you're one of the king of fundamentals, and I always like to listen to what you say because you find some crazy shit. You know some crazy stuff. And I made a lot of money because of you, and I want to appreciate that, man.
oh man, thank you, bro. I appreciate
And
that.
you know what? There's 86 people here now, and there's gonna be a lot more listening to the stream later on throughout the day whenever they're free. Trust me, you want to stick around with NJ's show.
100%. There are two things that we can be certain of today. In fact, three things. Number one, the most important thing that you guys need to all remember, get your pen and make sure you write this down. Manchester United is the best club in the world. Number two, that's number one. Number two, make sure you go on YouTube and make sure you follow TraderDank's channel because he does go through daily setups. You know, there are multiple scenarios that can play out in the day, and there's so much within trading that people don't understand. It's not just a simple case of marking out support, marking out resistance. There's so much more to it than just that. So make sure you're tuning into Dank's daily trades. Dank, do you want to quickly go on YouTube and show them your channel one more time, if that's all right?
Yeah. Oh, of course, by all means. 1 minute, 1 second. Control T.
TraderDank's on Twitter as well. You can go to Twitter and follow TraderDaink at TraderDaink.
Let me move this out of the way. So your channel, there we go. Yeah, that's my stream. I don't know what that is about.
So if you click on your channel, there we go. So guys, make sure you like and subscribe TraderDank's videos as well. TraderDaink goes live for you guys every day without fail. He even goes live on Sundays to do a market outlook. So you don't want to be missing that. So
yeah, so if you see here that there's two sections. There's Dank's Daily Trade, which is Monday to Friday, streaming at 10:15 BST UK time, and then Dank's Corner, which is on the weekly. That's the Sunday, and that happens at 6 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, 100%. So there you go. There you go. Right, guys, I'm conscious of time. So I'll tell you what, if you guys want to ask one or two questions, I'll be happy to answer with TraderDaink, but you've got to make it happen quick because we are going to end the stream shortly. So we'll give it.
We've been streaming for nearly 2 hours, man.
Yeah, but bro, to be honest, today's stream was something else.
It was epic. Yeah.
Today's stream was something else, man. We had SC come on, and then we've had you come on. It's got to be my best stream.
EXO on it as well, man. At the same time.
I'm working on it. So the idea.
So what
I want to do, the vision that I've got. Obviously, a lot of people have left the stream, but for those of you who are still tuned in, I'm going to tell you my little secret. So what I want to do is obviously we've had SC on the stream, and SC has the best thoughts on the market. I'd like to bring EXO on the stream as well to give us his global perspective of where the market is. At the same time, TraderDaink is, in my opinion, SC's best student, and his thoughts on the market are just as intricate. He's got that passion, that fire from the early days, you know. So the vision that I've got is, obviously we have SC on, we have Dank on, we have EXO on, and then if we can make it happen, it will all depend on the community whether or not we can make a four-way splash happen, a little hell in the cell where we've got TraderSZ, TraderXO, TraderNJ and TraderDaink all in one stream, bringing you as much crypto as we can. So we have actually got some questions here, TraderDaink. We have got some questions here. So let's have a quick look at these questions and let's see which one is worth picking out. So
are you related to NJ, Dank, and SC? Yeah, bro. Like
we're all brothers.
Yeah. SC's our cousin as well, man.
Literally, big by man, just yeah. Anyway, sorry. Moving on.
We're all family. We're all family.
Yeah, we're all family. So
Sebastian says, when you start adding for the longs, a long-term in the accumulation phase, do you first add BTC, then change it later in the cycle for alts, or add everything at the same time? Okay, so that's an interesting question. I like that as well. So what I tend to do as well, like a lot of people are gonna say like influencers, right? And I'm gonna use the term influencers quite loosely here. So influencers will always say, yeah, I add BTC and Ethereum, and then I slowly add on other alts as they go along. I call bullshit. Because, like, look, right, if the go back to BTC, right? So when BTC was at 3K, right? From 3K to 61K itself, or 65K if it was, that was what? A nearly 22x, right? So 22x in the span of what? A year and a bit. But wouldn't you want to actually add on alts where Ethereum does a lot more? Ethereum did, I think, like 40x, some shit like that. What was Ethereum? Ethereum was at, went to about $100 to 450, well, yeah, 4,000. That's 45x. So you want to add, in my opinion, in a bullish market, it's Ethereum. So I like to hold Ethereum and alt itself, but I scale in because you have to remember the market itself is very different for each coin. For example, if I were to look at, let's just say Solana, right? I don't know why I'm choosing Solana, just came to my head. Now, let's say like Solana's over here, right? And if I were to add alts, right? Add on to Solana, I want to see it break and hold it. The moment it's start holding and showing bullish market structure, add a small position over here, add on the full position over here, because that's the breaking market structure for us to go a lot more higher to a minimum of to there, for example, going down to the mid-range over there. That's a macro of from the low to the high itself, right? But at the same time, that won't be respected exactly the same for something like DOT. So look at DOT. So you see this range band over here. So I'd wait for DOT to reclaim again and hold. Add a small position over here. Add a full position once we reclaim this level to go a lot more higher. So like each alt are gonna behave very differently. So I will pick out my levels, my key levels, and then monitor all of them one by one, and know when to add in. I won't add in blindly, because if you do that, let's just say, like BTC for example, is actually comes into this area at 28k and start rejecting, and then this forms, start making lower lows, and then it sends down to 20k. So, and if DOT doesn't give me a position to add on, I'm just saying capital. So each one it has its own merit, so you have to monitor one by one closely on a daily basis and see how they react. Don't add all of it in all at the same time. There's no harm, because when they say DCA, a lot of these dickheads have been sorry for my language, bro. I know you don't swear on your
No, you're good.
Yeah. A lot of these dickheads, what they do, they've been DCing from like 61k, 44k, 28k, 20k. But look all this DCA they've done over here. How much of a dumbass are you when you could have, if you just, no, but it's true though, isn't it? If you had just waited, and if you want to DCA here. But my belief with DCA is it's a dumb's game. It's a dumb man game where like a lot of these influencers don't know how to trade. They don't know how the market works, and they're just following other influencers, mainly SC in my opinion. Next up, that's what they're doing. But I'd much rather DCA, like not even DCA, start buying once we reclaim over here at 28k.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, SE was saying that earlier on as well. Sorry to cut you short there, but SE was saying that earlier on as well, where he was saying, look, do you know what? A lot of people they tend to try and knife catch, but the reality of it is when you're getting in higher up, if you're buying, right, because you think price is going to go up, if you're buying and you catch price a little bit higher up than most would catch instead of catching the falling knife, you're buying with confirmation.
Not less.
Yeah, your risk is so defined, and the probability is so in your favor that the trade itself it gives you much more relief. Now, I'm a victim of it. I've tried to knife catch many times in the past, right? And
I've done it too. I've done it a few times as well.
Especially in 2018. So during those times, obviously we learn our lesson in terms of what knife catching actually is and what it means. But when you mark out a plan, when you actually mark out a plan and you have confirmation, yeah, of course you're gonna have sentiment and emotion that makes you think, oh, I could have bought in lower, my R could have been better. But then at the same time, you've got to then ask yourself, are you here to make money, or are you here to try and buy and sell the highs and lows? So it's one of those things. We'll move on to the next question. We'll pick an easy one. Yeah, so Optimus says, NJ, what IT field were you in before crypto? So I worked in hosting. I did a couple of years at Symantec for security as a security engineer. Then I did a couple of years in hosting, eventually becoming an infrastructure engineer, where I did a lot of sort of virtualization, a hell of a lot of networking.
Bro, you grinded hard at your work, man. I remember that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I much prefer being Trader NJ than Nas, the IT specialist. But yeah, hopefully that answers that question, my brother. So let's pick an easy question because we'll wrap up now. We're going just over 2 hours.
One last question.
Yeah. So let's pick Joel's question. What's your play on taking initial investment out of investments? I like that question. I really like that question. So I mean, I don't mind. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I don't mind.
Yeah, you can go first, and I'll just talk about my way as well.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, when you're talking about taking out initials, and you know, it's funny because we've got Elizabeth in the chat as well, who's messaging in the chat. She's perfect when it comes to this. You know, she's a great freaking trader. When it comes to taking out initial investments, you got to think of it like this, right? Zish, could you bring up a chart? Let's Polkadot, Solana, AVAX, just one of those charts.
AVAX.
Yeah, we could do AVAX. All right. So let's say, for instance, right, you bought in at the range low, which is around where Dank's sort of thing is there. Let's say
$13.
Let's say you bought in at $13 for AVAX. All right. Now, AVAX, you've got to have targets in your head as to where you think AVAX can go. Now, ultimately, nobody knew that AVAX would go to $145. Nobody knew that. All right. At the same time, nobody knew that it wouldn't. So you have to have some kind of plan in your head. Now, luckily, buying AVAX at $13 in this particular scenario, we already had a high. And the high at that time was all the way at the back there. It was, what was it? It was around $70, all right?
It was about, $60.
Yeah, $60. Sorry about that, $60. So if you was to buy at $13 with your sort of potential idea of going to maybe the all-time high at that time, which was $60, you'd have to play accordingly. So look, looking at Dank's chart here, I can see a few sort of levels where I can automatically think to myself, all right, cool, let me take some profit. So we've got the first main level here, which is at around $25, the range low.
This one here? Yeah, it's about $23,
Yeah, so that is where major resistance would sort of fall, all right? So that's where I'd be looking to take around 30% of my investment, all right? And I'm going to go somewhere with this because obviously AVAX went to 145. So how are we going to get a majority of the move if I'm taking so much profit at $25, right? It doesn't make sense. But I'll explain it to you guys in a moment. So I take around 30% at around, let's say, the $20 mark, $25 mark, all right? Now we've pushed back into that consolidation at that $25 mark, and we're pushing up. We go all the way to that green level, the 38.98 level, which is essentially the $40 mark. We're at $40 now for AVAX. I'm now going to trim off 30% of my bag again, so 60%, in hopes of going for all-time high. Now I'm 60% out of my position, and I've only got 40% remaining. We now get to the all-time high stage where we are at that all-time high $60, right? So Dan, could you circle that bit?
Yeah.
And I exit another 30% of my position, which means I now have 10% riding, all right? Now, based on the previous price action that I've got, what I do is I mark out the range that Dank's marked out, and I look for a pullback. Now look where the pullback went into. The pullback went into that consolidation. Now for a brief moment of time, for around 3 days, we were in a position where we would be looking to short this shit back to zero. All right? Because we looked so bearish. It looks like a deviation above that level. All right? Now we reclaim above that level and we start pushing back up. I enter in with around 60-70% of my original position, and I ride it back up. I'll use fibs, I'll use range levels, I'll use equal measured moves, I'll use the global macro perspective, I'll use to see what I'm seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. If I see Bitcoin and Ethereum pushing, it's likely that exactly what Dank is showing there, and that's how I would do it. So I've rode a majority of the move, I've exited a lot of the position, and I've got back in. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does. You can rewind the video if you want to. I'll let Dank take over. I'll let Dank take over, and he will answer how he does it, and then we'll wrap up the stream.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's say, for example, again, so let me just make this line a bit more thicker so you guys can see what's going on over here. Just some of the important levels, that's what it is. So 2 important levels, well, 3 important levels, I always mention over and over again. It's always going to be range high, range low, and mid range, okay? So obviously, like, let's just say, for example, price was consolidating over here, and I bought in around, let's just say I bought in over here, all right, at $14. I wasn't as smart as NJ, going at $14, but I still right up there. So now I know I've got a range bound environment over here, right? And that's where the bulk of the price movement has been stuck in there. So there's going to be level to level. So for me, once I get into range high, I monitor how it works out. And obviously we close just below the range low. I take out a portion of it, probably about 20%, 10, 20%, something smaller. Compared to NJ's itself, I play it very differently. Everyone's got their own style, so like just because I have a style, it doesn't mean that like you should copy me or NJ style. Just do what you feel is best. But this is where, like, if you can actually trade and mark out levels and monitor your own levels itself, that's where it becomes helpful. So obviously take about 20% over here, get to mid range, take another 20% out there, take range high, another 20% there. So I've already taken out 60% of my position over here. In hopes, and I've got 40% to go to play up a lot more higher as well. In hopes, so if we do come back down and range bound, I'm looking for, if we do come over here into range low and hold, I'll buy some more. I can re-enter my position again. Or if we come back to mid range and hold, I'll buy my position here again. So I'm already ready to actually long in. Instead, it decides to leave and goes ahead, and whatever the position is over here, I take out another 20% off there. So now I've already taken out 20, 40, 60, 80% of my position there. Quite similar to NJ's. I may have made a little bit less compared to NJ because he's DCA'd in higher prices there, but I play level to level. The moment we come back in, and you see how, let's have a look, the price come over here, how the support, I'm not, all right, cool, I'm looking at buying some more over here probably, comes back down lower, but I know my invalidation is below the mid-range. If we get below the mid-range, then this is all just deviation to go a lot more lower. But so we come back in, buy some more over here. I'll probably add the rest of the position over here, but marking out, well, actually, if I've taken out 80%, I'll probably buy another 40% in there. So I'm now back into 60% of my position. And then the 40%, I'll see how it comes over here, how we break down. If we start breaking down, now this is where I look at, if I'm going to exit my position, if this is the high, if we start breaking down, start showing like bearish market structure, over here, I collapse the whole position, because what that means is this is the all-time high. We couldn't reclaim it, and that means that we're going to go a lot more lower, and that's it. Trade's going to be end. But the fact that we have these key levels over here, so you see this key level over here. Let's say that's it. That's the SR over here. We come in, hold support. The moment we break out that high, I can add the full position in. Even if I add over here, I'm happy to hold it because I know my invalidation would now come over to here, and then I just ride it up. And then I play level to level, what I've done over here, or I can take an equal measure move of this area here and copy and paste it and watch how we monitor it up there. The moment we look, I would have never exited over here, but the fact that when we start coming down here, and then you see this, where I look at exiting position completely, would be, let's say, price gets up, makes a high, starts breaking down, and the moment it comes over here, it bounces off the mid-range itself, because that's the full move from the low to the high over here. And then let's put this over there. Then I start looking to come back to 75% to collapse the whole position, but the moment it comes down over here, off this low over here, and starts breaking down, I'll finish off the position, and it's all, now I will exit the whole thing. And that's it. That's pretty much it, which is really important, right? Going back to one more thing, is that while it's been bear market as it is, if you want to stay in survival mode, you gotta learn how to trade. You gotta learn TA, you gotta understand levels, ranges, SRs. I mean, if you like, SC does this every single week on a Monday, where he marks out these levels there, and there's so much alpha. You don't need a pay group. You don't need to go to a pay group if you don't want to, if you can't afford it. I understand some people can't do it, but you can self-teach yourself by just watching these levels and trying to understand why he does what he does, or even myself, or even yourself, NJ, as well, because I know you go through the whole thing in every morning as well. That like in terms of these levels and whatever, and just back test it, man. That's
100%,
it.
100%. And bro, honestly, man, that was a sexy as hell explanation. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. I mean, I was listening to it myself and I got caught up in it. That's why I couldn't comment.
Thank you.
It was almost as good as SC's, seriously. Well, do you know what? I've got to say, TraderDaink, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. It was so unexpected, and at the same time, it was what a privilege.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, what a privilege. What a real privilege. Today's episode has to be sort of the best episode that we've ever sort of filmed. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in character anymore. I lost as soon as SC joined, I lost character, and then when SC left and you joined, the shock all hit me again. So, you know, thank you so much for joining the stream, bro. And maybe if you're free, I can join yours at some point. You know,
Bro, like I'm always here. You know where to find me, man.
definitely. Let the viewers know. Let them know. Will you be coming back on the NJ show in the near future? Do you reckon?
Do they want me to come back, or are they bored of me? I don't know.
I'm sure that they want you to come back, bro. I mean, I want you to. This is called the NJ show. NJ 100% wants Dank to come back. You know what I'm saying? So
Let's do it. Let's do it again.
yeah, 100%. We need to do this again soon. And obviously, I've got some pretty big plans for the channel and whatnot. And we're going to be bringing you guys some great content. So I'm going to let TraderDaink go from here. So I love you, bro. Take care of yourself. And we'll
Likewise, my brother.
speak in like 5 minutes or something, because that's what brothers do. But
100%.
take care, man. Catch you in a bit, all right?
Love, my brother. Take care, guys. See you soon.
Cheers. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, so there you go. There's TraderDank's channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. What a hell of an episode it has been. Make sure you make sure you subscribe to the channel, Innit for the Tech and TraderDaink. Make sure you check out SC's channel as well, because honestly, we're looking to bring you as much content as possible. Yeah, I mean, I'm personally speechless today, to be honest. What a day, what a day. So I'll love you and leave you from here. Like, subscribe, make sure you're tuning into the NJ show daily. I will see you guys tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. UK time, as I always do. Love and peace. Take care of yourself.